Uh-oh. Truth be
Truth
told,
be told.
we in the building.
What's up, y'all?
Hey
What's
y'all.
up? What's up? What's up? Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Hit
Period.
that like and subscribe. Bing.
Down, down ahead and run it off, Lady T.
You got it.
All right, y'all. So I don't know if anybody has been hearing, but they saying we might have to start stocking up goods and food and all of that because we have something that is called a strike going on right now, where the truck drivers are not going to be able to deliver stuff because the dock uh, people are going on strike. They're saying that they're not getting the amount of money that they want to make. They've been asking for raises. I guess they haven't been receiving the raises that they trying to, and they're fed up. So they today was the first day that they went on strike, and I actually talked to a lady. Um, she was a general manager at Wendy's. And she said that she did not get her truck this morning. She was supposed to get her truck at 4 a.m. No truck driver showed up. So it's real. It's happening for real. They going on strike. So
And that it's gonna be bad
are you
for the
uh
prices.
yeah, are you able to get on there and actually show them the video that I put in the chat from earlier?
Mr. Doug, I'm
Doug,
not on my laptop.
can you do it, Doug? I mean, if not, that's fine.
Uh,
But just so they could.
I just hope that you know what I'm saying, that we know how to come together as people. This would be the greatest thing for blacks to do is come together now and learn our survival techniques need to go. And we're going into winter time. So they were strategic. The best time to take down a nation isn't summertime, it's wintertime. Why? Because we can't grow food. We're dependent on them for real.
Exactly.
Well, you better go to Sam's Club and buy up you some nice toilet paper
Yep.
and
Yep.
stock
That's
up on
what I'm
all
doing.
that kind of good stuff.
I'm there. I ain't even gonna lie. Like I ain't waiting to find out if they gonna get off strike. But they said something about Biden has the choice to sign a bill to to be able to pay these people, and he talking about he ain't doing it. So I don't know what's going on. Cause I mean all they want, that's all they want. So y'all willing to sacrifice all these people, all these cities in countries over a raise when y'all got the money. Like I
Well,
don't know.
who's paying the dock workers?
I
Are
now
they
Right.
government workers?
This
it's
man,
got
yeah.
government.
They are government workers.
I,
Yes. They're you if
I,
they got a union job through the feds.
Well, what I'm saying is, are they government, federal workers, state workers, or is it private? Is it a private owned company?
We don't know. We're gonna have to do more research, which I'm always looking something up. I'm willing to ask questions. And can I give an update on the immigrant issue? What's going on with that?
Hold on, we ain't
well, we
done
just
talking
got
about this shit.
topic. Like it's a lot.
Okay.
Don't get there, Carter. Just slow down. 10 seconds.
Yeah, but they're saying that with this, what's going on with the dock workers is going to raise the prices of our food even more. So
Right.
they're expecting the inflation to possibly go up to 4%.
Oh my God.
Um, so that Big Mac you like probably gonna cost $10.
Yo,
Yep.
we gonna be eating
Right.
like we're in Canada. That's how much prices are in Canada and upstate New York. It's $10. So just imagine it's gonna be 15 to 20 in New York and Canada. I'm just
But
saying for me traveling. And that was like 15 years ago or 10 years ago.
remember, cost of living though, stuff is gonna be higher when you go somewhere though. Like
Yeah.
you go out to California, shit, they gas and they everything up high as hell.
Yeah.
it's up high as hell without that strike.
This is why I don't understand. We in almost every state there's an oil refinery. but yet we have to pay so much. We should not have to pay really nothing for gas.
Right.
Well, I think it's a strategic move. So let's say we get into it with Saudi Arabia and they cut us off from oil, or just like what's going on right now in the Middle East, and we getting a lot of our oil from places like that. I mean, we use Texas oil from what I heard. Um, but if we're getting our oil from other places, um, I think it's best that we can stockpile our barrels. I mean, they used some of our barrels before back in what was that when George Bush was president, when all that was going on and gas prices made it almost to $5 here.
And then remember when Trump was on, he busted open that thing in Alaska, and that's why we got the stimulus. So if he did get in, I'm sure he'll bust open that all the Alaska pipeline, all kind of pipelines again.
And this is a good time to actually think about Trump. Honest, I'm not the Trump fan, but all of this going on, I would not want Kamala to come in office. She wouldn't know what to do. She wouldn't know who to make deals with. She wouldn't know how to back us up if we need help with, everything that's coming, because we don't know how serious this is. We don't know how long they're gonna go on strike. So
and we facing that possibility of this world war.
Right.
Yeah, we definitely.
Imagine if all the countries in the Middle East decided, you know what, we tired. We all just gonna launch our missiles over there.
Right.
It would be crucial. Then we gonna get pulled in it, and they already talking about opening and back up the draft. So that means all our young boys
and including Andre, they'll put us in there too. With draft, they don't care. You're able-bodied.
I'm too old for the draft, my boy.
Yeah, I'm too old too.
You could go all the way up to like 42, 43.
Bro, I'm too old for the draft.
You past 43?
Is that what the age is, or you just saying it?
The cutoff age for Air National Guard is 42.
I ain't say the National Guard, man. I said the draft.
Draft probably is. I'm probably like 39. Let me look it up real quick.
I'm too old for that, man. Plus, I'm my mom's only son, so I'm definitely not going.
Yeah, I wouldn't be going either because I'm going to.
Hold on real quick.
At least that's what I heard a long time ago.
What was that?
The draft. He's talking about
that the only something can get drafted.
He's gonna say if they do start the draft, I would get drafted. I'm like, I'm too old for that, big dog. You know what I'm saying? They coming after 18-year-olds and the 20-year-olds and
right. Yeah. That's true.
But ain't no telling if it get real bad. They might be like, we need everybody.
Oh my gosh.
Women too.
Oh my God. Well, they better go for the young ones first. Fresh out of college, already ready. High school, shoot.
I feel like, and the things might have changed here in recent time, but a lot of people have been just signing up just for GP, getting out of school, going to sign up voluntarily. Well, we didn't even need to have a draft. I think Kamala and them talking about this draft shit.
For real?
Look, it's 18 to 25 currently that got to register for the draft. So those are age groups they're looking at.
No, that's to register. They can still draft you after you register.
Right, but I'm trying to say those are the age group first that they would hit up first to pull from. 18 to 25, they would draft those people first, and then everybody else when it gets really bad.
Shit, I had to get registered for the draft. When I
did too. You couldn't get financial aid. You couldn't get financial aid without it. That just means that you went down there and you signed up. You got a number. That's it. I mean you joined. You just got drafted. You just have a draft ID.
But what I'm saying is, I'm already registered. So if they did want to pull some shit, They be like, well, we're gonna extend the age up to 50. Anybody that's 50 and under can come on to the Midwest. I mean, to the Middle East.
Man, be in supplies, shit. Supply chain, the warehouse.
I'm gonna be the cook. Fuck the shit.
Well,
Oh yeah,
look, I'm gonna need more than that though.
the cook has to fight though. If it comes down to it, you gotta pick up a gun and pop them boys.
Man, it's I might have to start. You know, families might have to start coming together. And for real, like if it gets serious enough, I just pray it out. I'm gonna just say that.
I would say this: we're never gonna. I hate to put it like this, but for that nuclear thing to come, because they got space programs right now that deals with nuclear weapons being shot. You know, why you think North Korea never hit? Not that they never got close. It's because they have them space programs to knock them missiles down. They started that way back to Ronald Reagan with the STARS program. Mm-hmm. It was already on it because Russia was a threat a long time ago. So they already know.
Right.
They just came out with it. And they was like, if you ever watch the thing on Space Force, they say they're looking for certain people that's into like rockets and geeks. It's for a reason. They know they're about to go to war with somebody.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Then now they're looking for all the smart people.
Well, the issue is that the world is so evolved past just swords and shields, arrows, and bows. I was watching the video, they had a drone chasing these guys. And if the drone hits you, then it blow up.
Mm-hmm.
And these drones are being piloted by somebody that is nowhere near this drone. So, I mean, like, Space Force is definitely... Have you ever seen that movie called Ender's Game?
Yep, Hunger Games?
No, Ender's Game. No. Where they was in space and they was grabbing all the little kids. They thought they was playing a video game. And they was actually really controlling drones to attack this alien planet. It's called Ender's Game. And dude thought he won the video game, and he actually destroyed the whole planet. And he went down there and was remorseful once he found out that it wasn't a game no more. That it wasn't a game at all the whole time.
Oh, I did see that, Andre. It was like black and it was like in the desert type, lightweight.
Like the alien world was kind of like a desert, like
yeah, I saw situation. It. But man, they're trying to tell us that somewhere somehow these programs are going on. Just like I hate to put it to you, but it's called Military Plan 8888. Look it up. When I was talking about the zombies, that's real. They made a strategic plan for it because somewhere in the world they got that stuff popped off. They explain one's biological, one is spiritual, like made from magic, one is made from outer space. So there's these different ways that they could make these beings exist.
Hi, Jonathan.
Even World War II, they was like the Nazis invested heavily in the occult to learn about these things. That's where we get most of our technologies from, the Nazis.
But the occult though that they're talking about wasn't necessarily zombies and voodoo, man.
No. What the occult was dealing with technology. That's
they was going to India. They was researching the venom moves, like the flying saucers, and we recovered one that they was trying to make that was powered off of mercury.
Right.
They were going to places like Antarctica. Like, what was they doing in Antarctica? What did they know that was there that we don't know?
You still can't go unless you're in the military. To this day, you can't go in there unless you're a scientist or a military. And usually scientists are connected to the military.
Well, I'm pretty sure they're claiming it's a safety issue, but I do think it's something there. Because
of course
I believe the world is older than what we are being taught.
Yeah, even though they said 7 days or what, but that don't mean okay, made in 7 days, 7,000 years, okay, whatever. But how long in those 7,000 years ago
Bro,
was
we
the Earth
got
really created?
bro, we got bone remains in the ground that go back millions of years. Shit, the pyramids themselves are older than 7,000 years.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? The fossil record with the dinosaurs, unless you can say dinosaurs never existed. They say man didn't walk with dinosaurs.
I can't agree with
That's what they
dinosaurs did
say.
exist. I mean, that's where we get all our oil from, and it's broke down. It is from the dinosaur bones and
So how
stuff
can
like
that
that.
take place in 7,000 years?
That's what current man says based off the
No,
Bible. But
that is what that's what they teach you from the
biblical
Christian point of
standpoint.
view. Yes.
Right. I'm thinking it's older than that. As we get older, our knowledge is stronger. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking that was just one thing they were teaching in one theory. That wasn't two for sure. Nobody knows how old this earth is.
Because they
The
was
way that
making it up. I believe they made it all up, man. I believe there's a creator, true enough. But I think they was making a lot of it up. Because science in itself disproves certain things that they was
our
trying to
science
say.
is just an idea to make people not believe what's really there. Also, it's all science is just theory, a lot of theory. Science is just thought process too. Somebody thinking that even though they do, it's still thought, it's still not proven all the time. That's why science changes. That's why they'll be like, "Oh, we're gonna throw this out because this is false. This is
Just
old.
like
This
the
is
outer
wrong."
Africa theory is a theory, and it's not fact.
Yeah.
That was
What
nasty.
we think today may be old 20 years from now, 5
Excuse
years
me,
from now.
man.
You didn't
Excuse
say
me, man.
excuse you.
Oh, excuse me.
Somebody, Jonathan, they been talking.
Yeah, because Liverpool for chosen
What's
said
up,
say
John?
hi to Jonathan. I said hi to Jonathan, and Jonathan said thank you.
What?
Yeah,
Well, thanks
we
for watching,
interact
though.
with
Thanks for
y'all.
coming. Thanks for
Like and
coming.
subscribe. Like and subscribe.
Period.
Send a super chat.
Thank you for coming
A
on,
super
Jonathan.
thanks.
Shoot,
Get in
share
with
it
the
to your friends.
membership.
Share it to your friends.
So, we missing the vice presidential debate tonight. I will go back and watch it though. When we get off of here, I don't
Yeah.
know anything about either one of these guys.
They look the
Except,
one that's running with Trump looks kind of strange.
well, he was a guy who was against Trump at first, and then somehow or another he ended up in legislature, I think, and now he somehow became Trump's running mate. So I don't know, but I
Seems like
don't
it
know,
always be
really
like
don't know
that.
nothing about the other guy, Walls.
Tim Walsh.
Kamala's running mate.
Yeah, anything Tim Walsh or something like that.
Yeah, Walls.
Well, as long as the president has standing, unless they really don't like him, the president always wins. The standing president always wins. So I have a big feeling that even though Trump has all these people, I don't think Trump is the card they're going to play. If everything plays out, Kamala's going to win. We already know this play. The
Well,
Simpsons even
Kamala
showed
is
this
not
play.
the standing president, though. The people voted for my man
Right.
Joe Biden.
Right.
Joe
They didn't
Biden
vote. Nobody voted. Nobody voted for Kamala.
Now, what about
Yeah.
currently? What's
Sleepy
the
Joe
polls
had
look
all
like
the
for her?
votes. Sleepy Joe had all the votes.
No, I'm talking about now. What's the polls look like? Has anybody checked the polls?
I mean, the polls are neck and neck for the most part, but the polls had Hillary up beating Donald Trump, and he
What?
smoked her ass.
Right, I got you. So, do you think really though that currently with Donald, everybody knows what Donald Trump's going to do. He's going to do what he's going to do. He's not going to listen to the elites. Versus
Man,
Kamala.
for one, Donald Trump about to win this appeal about when they just hit him over the head with the $400 and something $million. He gonna win it. The appeal court, the appellate court is saying like we wondering, like, for one, do you even have jurisdiction to bring these charges up against this man? And nobody was even hurt. The bank got their money. He got his money. There was no injured party. So it's a lot going on with that. So I think
got you.
he's
I
gonna
haven't
get
even
on. He
kept
gonna
up with them.
That's gonna get reversed, and I think his other charges gonna get reversed too.
What about the convicted one with SA and people?
But that's what I'm talking about. Well, that was the hush money. It wasn't SA. It was him telling somebody, "Don't say that we messed around,"
That was just to protect his image, if anything.
because he was about to be president.
I
And
would
he
have
didn't.
sued her. I literally would have sued her for defamation of character.
Well, she had proof that it happened, so it's crucial.
Oh, so
But
that's why I
that
got to
they,
keep quiet.
but I just feel like at the end of the day, though, nobody really voted for Kamala to be president or vice
Right.
president. You know, they voted for Joe.
I
So
just hope our people wake up and don't vote at all for her. Like, for so many reasons.
I don't
Like,
think she's going to get a lot of the male vote. She gonna get the majority of the black female vote, the black
but
woman vote.
is there more black females than black males that could vote? Is the question at the voting age currently.
We know she got enough to carry. The issue is the battleground states, because for the most part, the states that were red are still gonna be red. Indiana gonna be red. Indiana is
Right.
going for Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying?
Right. They love Trump with passion. We love Trump.
We a Republican state. It ain't got nothing to do with loving Donald Trump or not.
Yeah, it's a
We are a
Republican.
Republican state.
Whoever is in office as a Republican, Indiana is going to vote for him.
Right. Except for, and what about Indianapolis? Isn't that different? Democrat, the city of
That is a small city when you compare it to the whole entire state
Indiana.
of Indiana. You think Knightstown and Whitestown and stuff like that is going to be flipped to the Democrats?
Nah, hell no. They're going to be burning up. They're going to be ready to ride for Trump. Yeah.
So the issue is them states where it could get flipped at.
Yeah.
Like talking about Wisconsin is one of them. And I think Philadelphia and one of the Carolinas and stuff. Because if they like Nevada, I think is one too. They said if they don't win somebody got to win. If you don't win whatever state they saying, it's a wrap. But I think Donald Trump can pull it off. I do think that it's already been some bullshit in the game with how they flipped it and then made her the nominee. But I think it's going to come down to the popular vote.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Donald Trump is going to win that. I don't think a lot of people are falling for that I'm black shit.
I don't think everybody knows this bitch don't look like us by far.
This nigga said this bitch. She don't look like one of us.
By far,
and that's okay. My whole thing is I would have been more inclined to vote for her if she wasn't coming out and trying to trick us saying that she's black.
Right. But we do know what she stands for. No reparations, another study. I want all the Democrat people who go for it. She said another study. So you trying to tell me for the past 150 years that we got another study that just came out another 4 years ago? We got to go back for a study? Heck no. If that don't tell you nothing that she's not black, come on now. She won't even do that. She's talking about the study why to stall so it can die down. For all the Democratic voters, no.
I was watching the video today. They said she cosplaying all right now, but as soon as she get in the office, she gonna be like, "I'm the first Indian American president." She ain't gonna say the first
black
American president. She gonna forget us as soon as she get behind that desk in the Oval Office.
They all forget us, but they don't. But they still try to do something, and we could push for say, "Oh yeah, I was talking to Doug. I was saying this. We write out everything we want in the reparation. UI, Doug, Lady T, and who's the other lady? I forgot her name. I should know her.
It's your sister.
Yeah, she my sister-in-law. I should know. I've been knowing her for years.
Tiana.
Tiana, yeah, I should know her. But you know me, man, I'll be wrapped up in my life and dealing with these kids. I swear, at 39 going to 40, understand, like when my dad was starting to not remember names and date of births, you start to, hey, Alzheimer's sets in early, y'all, when you have a lot of kids. But anyway, back to what I was going to say. I would say we should write in something and push it. I'll be the speaker and push for it because, you know, I ain't scared to get up in front of nobody to talk how I need to get what I
Bro,
need.
it's already people pushing this
But we're
way
not talking
way
about
bigger than us.
everybody. We're talking about for Indiana.
So how the four of us and Indiana didn't hold any of our ancestors as slaves here? How we
But
gonna
we
ask
could put
Indiana for
therefore
reparations?
because we're not holding Indiana, we're holding the South, but we migrated to Indiana from the South. What I'm trying to say is we could put something in there for us that we want and push it still to the state, to the mayor, from the mayor to Andre Carson to push for it, and outside of a study. That's what I'm trying to say.
That ain't even the chain of command to get a bill on Capitol Hill. You never watched that cartoon? Well, I'm a bill. Yes, I'm only a bill. And I'm
Those,
sitting here on Capitol Hill.
yeah, those Schoolhouse Rock.
Yeah, Schoolhouse Rock.
Schoolhouse
You
Rock.
gotta get you can get the bill straight to Andre Carson. It ain't got nothing to do with um the mayor or
All right, well,
anybody.
we
I
need
mean,
to send him something
if you knew
straight to
a state,
Andre
if you knew
Carson.
somebody from the Black Caucus, uh,
Well, we
on the
need to.
state
We need
level.
to be in there. Like seriously, we need to push for that because
Well,
I'm
here's the
tired
thing.
about complaining.
But here's the thing, though.
Mm-hmm.
With all of the talk that you're doing right now, what's stopping you from running for office, for to be an Indiana senator or Indiana a House of representative here? Because then you can be the change that you're looking for.
That makes sense.
Because for one thing,
That's
I don't think Andre Carson would not bring such a thing like that to the floor. Period. Why? Because he's been trying to protect his own image this whole time. A lot of people didn't want him in there because he was with the Nation of Islam or something. I think
But you guys
in
got
the
to
beginning,
understand, the Nation of Islam is all about blacks going forward. They're always
but
been pushing
he
forward.
he has been on the distant end of that. You see what I'm
Oh,
saying?
okay. So he's not for black
So
rights.
for
Black
you, I'm not
people.
saying he's not for black people or not like that. I'm just saying you don't. It's been people who you think somebody gonna vote for your bill, and the person who told you to write it up votes against it. So I mean, like you never know what goes on because in those arenas, people getting kickbacks and you got
Right.
lobbyists coming through like saying, "Hey, don't even put that bill out. Here go $1 million towards your campaign or something." You know what I
I
mean?
know this
right.
this off topic, but deals with the lobbyists. Okay, there's a place in Arizona that the Apaches are trying to fight for, but they got that land taken away from a lobbyist, John McCain, before he died, did that and gave that away, gave their land away. So I know exactly what you're talking about. Kickbacks, perfect example of land being taken away and
Well,
kickbacks. So I
it's
can
probably
see.
more to that story.
Oh yeah, of course, but we'll talk about that
Oh, okay.
on my other thing. But anyway, back to what we were saying. So I could see somebody think, yeah, we don't want them somethings to get the reparation they didn't deserve it anyway. You know, I could see somebody
The
saying
whole
that.
thing is outside of reparations, man. It's not gonna happen because people don't stick together. You can tell people, "Hey, let's boycott Wonder Bread," and Negroes are still gonna go buy that bread because
Okay,
that's the kind they like to eat.
why could we
Exactly.
form a federation of black
It
people
don't
united?
matter what you're saying, man, because black people are on different
You got to
pages
convince people to do it.
right now.
We got to
All
start
black
somewhere.
people are so split right now on this election, and we should already know. Like, okay, one person said they ain't gonna do nothing for us,
Then that's game plan, and that's the whole thing. We
and the
should
only
talk.
thing that she is saying that is okay is to certain people is, yeah, you can get abortions. I'm gonna make sure that
That's
it's okay for black women to be able to unalive.
thing she's saying she gonna
Our
do.
people, our next
That's her
generation,
biggest
seven
thing.
generation. So Kamala is willing to kill 7 generations of our
It's
people.
unalive.
Unalive,
I don't know
or
why.
unalive
It's
seven
not
generations.
about what she did. That girl, that woman, Margaret Stagner or whatever her name, I don't know. She created Planned Parenthood, the eugenics program, a long time ago, and her plan on doing so was to have us unalive our own babies. So to have that same thought process being pushed by Kamala, like I don't believe she is one of us. You know
Mm-mm.
what I mean? Because
Right,
she
because
don't, but she don't have no kids her own self. Let's just say that.
She don't. Oh, I didn't know that.
no, she don't have no kids. That
See,
Well,
woman,
that's easy for somebody to
yeah,
say that they
that
want to
woman.
unalive a baby if they ain't got
Nobody
no
making
baby
no
for their
babies
own
for
self.
her, or
But that's
maybe she
easy. That's easy
unalive
for
her
somebody to
baby.
say they want to do that to a baby if they ain't got their own child.
Yeah,
Right.
she ain't
The
got none of
only,
her own. She ain't got no biological children of her own. And
Obama didn't really push that so much in America. He pushed that in Africa, though. Did y'all know that? He pushed that more in Africa.
Obama did his own travesties.
Right. And they said that he deported
Obama's
more
past
than
tense.
Trump. Huh?
Obama's past tense.
He
Yeah,
the shit that
he
the
unalived
shit that
people
a
too.
lot of stuff that he did, we won't even know about, don't even care or pay attention to, because he was Obama.
Yeah,
You know what I
Obama,
mean?
The
So
whole thing was he's not
the
even really the first
so-called
Black
first
American
black
president.
president.
I just don't get that same energy from her. You know, I
She's
remember
fake.
I was in the liquor store once, and I walked in there. I was in the land over there off of Martin Luther King. This is not
Yeah.
my hood. I don't know nobody over in this motherfucker. Like especially in the liquor store, and they was in there talking. I don't know why he running for president. They just gonna unalive him anyway. That nigga stupid and saying all of this. And so I didn't know these dudes, man, but I spoke up because back in those days, I just felt like before my thought process had shifted, everybody that looks like me, the skin folk is the kin folk. You see what I'm saying? I thought everybody was dark skinned, black. This is my brothers. You know, it's just lately the way that we see how they talk about us. Oh, they ain't got no culture. Oh, black Americans this and black Americans that, on how they delineate away from us. But I told him, I said, man, why would he not run for president? I said, if he don't do it, who gonna do it? You know what I'm saying? Like we can't always be afraid to push the envelope on. These is older guys too. I'm young. This is what 2012 or something like that. 2016. This is when he first ran though, and I'm like, cause see, back in those days, I worked for the House of Representatives here in Indiana, and I still want to go back, but I want to go back as a rep though. You know what I'm saying? So that's the challenge that I had even pushed out to Carlton. Like, okay, you talking a good game, but how about you go and be the change that you want to see?
Exactly.
If you can't do that, then us four coming up with a bill and then trying to hand it off ain't gonna be about anything. Because it don't work like that. It don't work like that. Indiana don't necessarily owe us anything because although there may have been slaves here in Indiana, most of our people migrated from the South. You know what I'm saying? They migrated from the South in the Great Migration.
I'm back. Yes, so I do see what you're saying, but unlike I always was taught as a kid that when we're dealing with slavery, that Africans don't like us. They look at us less. We come from them tribes that were taken away.
Bro,
Wherever
I didn't come, my people didn't come from none of them tribes. I don't know what you talking about.
what that DNA test say. But now back
Yeah.
to the bigger picture.
A
Let's
lizard,
back
a
back
lizard,
to that.
a lizard took the DNA test and a dog took the DNA test and they both came back Nigerian and all of that. So I don't want to hear nothing about that.
Yeah, whatever.
I
But
don't
back
want to
to
hear
my
nothing about
thought.
that.
So, I was reading a book about Obama's father being from Kenya. I was like, oh, his father's from Kenya, so that would make sense why he wouldn't feel no entitlement to help us out, because or no way or feel a way to help us out because we are not his people. We do not
Well, I think there's a difference between Obama and Kamala in that regard. I think Obama hung out more with black people. He grew up around us more than she did.
right,
Yeah, she went to the HBCU.
But when they asked him, like Kamala, he said, I'm not just the black president, I'm everybody. And if you notice, she is taking the same lines as Obama, doing the same wordplay as Obama. I'm not just for blacks and for everybody. One thing that helps blacks. So she's doing the same wordplay. She's not original. She's copying. And even Trump called her out on that and said she copies. She's a copycat. She has nothing original. Pay attention to when she's talking and answer questions. There's somebody who already.
Here's my thing, bro. You said you was not voting, right?
Huh?
Did you say you wasn't voting?
Yeah, I'm gonna set it out because.
Okay, then. So your point of view don't even matter, man.
My point of view, yeah.
And you
know, my thing is this: I want people like let's
hell no.
For you to be the one that want to talk about political stuff,
you don't want to keep talking about God bless Trump.
Yeah, but see, I'm being honest though. I'm really being honest because at the end of the day, it's already decided who's it going to be. The higher ups already did.
That shit don't even matter, bro.
I agree with that, but at least
I don't agree. I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it. I do not agree with it, and this is why I don't agree with it. For one, your ancestors died. For the right to vote.
Died for a thing. We're still fighting for reparation that we should have got. Come on now, let's not play.
It don't matter though. But that okay. But they died for what they wanted to do. Are you willing to?
Okay, so
hold on. But hold on. I'm not. I have not. Let me finish. Are you willing to die so your kids can get the reparations?
Yeah.
So you ready to go to battle?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
If I had to, I would.
You wouldn't. You
just
wouldn't.
Like I get up every
day.
You
wouldn't, man. You right now. Look, man. You are tasked. You are tasked with a simple task. You got civic duties.
I could die every day. I walk into that.
You got civic duties right now that you want. All you can do. All you got to do is go and push a button.
I know.
To say I'm voting for this person. Or I'm not voting for this person. If you're not going to vote, then you don't even have a say so in the argument.
Yeah, but I'm trying to be outside of the game. Is this the game's already picked for you? They already.
You don't know that. You don't know that. You don't know that.
Listen. They said Biden will come out of power and put Kamala in. Boom,
bro.
That's what's
you don't know that. You don't know that.
It's happening.
They said that maybe he would. The thought process was maybe he would die in office.
No, this is what
man.
happened.
Come on, bro.
I'm gonna tell you before even Donald Trump got in. They said this. This is what's gonna happen. Biden's gonna win the election.
Who said it?
A Republican told me Biden's gonna
win.
You
can't believe everything.
Man, get out of here, man.
No,
get out of here, bro.
No,
they always got something to say. You can't believe everything they say.
Listen,
you don't.
Said this.
But do you got? Where's the source?
I'm not gonna be rude. I'm gonna let you be quiet. I'm gonna let you say what you gotta say.
But where is your source, bro? You just saying somebody told you that. But you gotta be able to pull it up so that we all can be like, okay, so you right. Outside of that, this is hearsay, bro.
Because they always have something to say. The TH,
this is hearsay.
I bet you, I kid you not, I bet you $100 that I can't give up if she wins. I bet Kamala's gonna win. I bet everything has been played. It's been chosen already, man. This place is why you think Trump said that? He said that because he knew.
Well, why did he beat Hillary then when Hillary was the favorite to win?
Exactly. Hillary actually won, but they put him in office.
Hillary won the popular vote.
So
That don't mean nothing when it comes to the delegates in the state.
So I have a question, Carlton. So since you're not gonna vote for the president, are you gonna vote at all for anybody?
Why
Like,
vote when everything's already decided except for your local?
so
I might
you
do my local.
everything okay.
That's what she's asking you. The
Local.
local.
That's where it matters the most. The president don't matter. It's your local. Yeah,
All of it matters, bro.
About the locals.
All of it matters. If Kamala is the person who's saying, I'm going to bring in the immigrants and we're going to replace the black vote, why would you vote for her or not vote for? You know, I would at least cast my vote against the shit that I don't believe in.
Right.
I don't believe in abortion.
Anyway,
I don't believe in abortion. So guess why I'm going to cast my vote against that?
But that don't mean that they're not going to do what they're going to do. Stop.
It don't matter. It don't matter. But guess what? The record is going to state.
They do it.
The record is going to state. The record is going to state that I took a stand.
Right.
What's a stand going to do if it doesn't do nothing?
And I also think that even if you don't feel like your vote counts, it actually does, because
it does count.
Also makes them look at us and say, well, damn, their people did come out and represent this year, or
exactly.
Because it does make a difference when you have the freedom to
do what? This is what I got.
When you have the freedom to do it, you should do it versus not doing it. And there were people that didn't have the freedom to do it.
They
exactly.
One time for Obama twice.
I think that's what Drake trying to say too. Like, you telling me that our ancestors fought for nothing? Like, for us to just say we're not even gonna try.
Our ancestors, was it
hold on, man,
or was it documentation?
Let her talk.
Let her talk, bro.
She's talking, man. Let her talk.
But
you can't ask her a question in the middle of her sentence.
Right. But I'm just saying, like, I mean, they went through a lot, and to be able for us to be free and to be able to vote. And I think that should make a difference for our people. Like, we should see that. Like, even if you say, like, hey, well, I'm not going to vote for the governor, I'm not going to do those votes, but I'm going to do the president vote. Or I'm not going to do the president vote, but at least I'm going to vote for the other people that's running in the other,
Yeah, you got to vote for the prosecutor. You got to vote for the prosecutor in your state. If you don't know what this person's background is, you're going to vote this person in, and they got a record of locking black people up on a regular, racist emails and all of that. Like, all of that matters. The sheriff.
That's what I said.
You voted for sheriff.
The state one, I'm not, because the state matters closer to you than what it does for the
president. They do, but this is why this point was. This is why voting for the president matters also. Okay. It matters because, for one, like Lady T just said, they taking notes on who votes how, right? They can say, they can look and be like, well, damn, we lost this percentage of the black vote. Why? Damn, so this large percentage of black voters actually turned Republican this year. Why does that matter? That means because if you pay attention to black social media right now, everybody is saying the same thing. No reparations, no vote, right? You got to give us something. If you want our vote going forward, ain't no more vote blue no matter who.
But let me keep it real.
But if you want, but hold on, man. But if you want our vote, then you got to give us something. Exactly. And we have to prove it to the motherfuckers who say that they have had our back for the last 80 years and have not.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So when you don't cast your vote either way, it don't even matter then. Like, they're not even taking note on, okay, so we lost their vote. Why did we lose this? Why did we lose their vote? You know what I'm saying? We throwing it up in their face like, hey, we're not just voting for somebody because they Democrat or because they black anymore. And then this is why your vote matters also. Let's say that everybody in Indiana really voted a Republican. There's nothing that you can do here, right?
Right.
But your vote goes towards the people who do the delegations. You know what I mean? Those electoral votes. Those electoral votes are based on the popular vote in your state.
Mm-hmm.
So your popular vote might not mean anything, but when it comes to those electoral college votes, and I forgot how many Indiana has. I wanted to say 11, but I don't think we got that many.
Let me
But
find out. I'll research it. Give me a second.
but it matters because once you vote, at least if we did flip Indiana blue, you know what I mean? You can be among those things. Like I don't want to flip Indiana blue
Electoral
this year,
votes.
Mm-mm.
but it matters. But the electoral college is the real deciders of the election, and they go based off of what is going on in their districts and or their cities and or their states. So your vote does count, even when you think it doesn't. It counts in so many different ways. It should count to you. If it don't count to nobody else, it should count to you. I voted, even if I done went in there and I done voted for everybody across the lines because I didn't know what nobody stood for. So I'm any, mini, miny, mo because I don't know what nobody. I ain't paid attention to nobody's policies.
And
So
I didn't know for a long time. That's how you know. Remember when we was talking about that on the last podcast? Like a lot of people really like. I can be very transparent right now and say that I was taught to just vote one way. Like that was
yeah,
it. I didn't know that you don't even have to vote Democrat all the way through if you don't want to. You can vote Democrat for this person, Republican for this thing,
exactly,
you can do whatever you want to do. And that's why I can understand what Dre is trying to say. Like, don't just vote because of the name behind it, vote because of the person. Like, do your research on a person. What are they doing for us? Is this so that's how I vote now that I'm grown, because at first I did used to just go Democrat, 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 because that was what was taught to me. My grandmother, my auntie, my mom, these people told me to vote Democrat all the way through the board. I didn't know that I should go do my research first and
exactly,
actually look and see what this person is doing for us. Because just because they have a name behind them don't mean that they not for us.
Gotcha.
exactly.
That
Hey,
you know
Indiana has
who,
11.
Okay,
and
I
there
knew it.
has been a
I
lot
was
of things
right.
that I've heard good about Republicans. Not
I
saying that,
wasn't. I wasn't sure, but I thought it was 11.
but it makes more sense to me because I just feel like when Trump got in office, things they were balanced. They wasn't all the way good, but they showing the fuck wasn't all the way bad. So that's how I look at it. Like we don't know what she gonna do, but we know what he gonna do. And whether he stole some shit or did whatever he did, he had the world balanced. People was
Yeah,
happier back then. I mean, people was, you know, things were happening, but the world was a little bit more calmer back then. Yeah. And I'm gonna say this. What a
What
coincidence.
y'all doing?
What a
Yo,
coincidence that 4 years later, from when the pandemic started, the same type of stuff is going on right now that was going on then. Look at how back then, when y'all remember when the pandemic started, everybody started running to the store, getting everything, stocking up on water, stocking up on toilet paper, everything you just said that people is saying today that we need to start back doing. So I look at it like this. I know if the world got to shut back down, not saying completely, but if this situation where this strike take place, how they're saying it is, we are most definitely
oh, we don't caught you in your nose.
we most definitely is going to need a lot going on. We are definitely gonna have a lot going on to where we definitely gonna need everything back then that we needed, because this is gonna affect a lot of people's jobs. This is gonna affect a lot of people income, you know, and not only that, but if we actually not gonna have food and things like that, we are definitely there. What they are gonna do is find other ways to get it, and they're gonna up the prices on everything. So then it's gonna make us have to figure things out, which means it's gonna be a lot going on once again.
That
As I
means we're gonna be eating all the dogs and we're gonna be eating all the cats.
like this,
I ain't
I
eating no dogs
know
or
I
cats.
All the
what
dogs, all the cats.
but I know
Only if you want
Trump
to eat dog and cat,
can
that's on you,
definitely
Dre.
pull
I'm
the
just I'm
strings
just
when
playing.
it comes to us getting what we needed back then around that pandemic. Now that's what I'm gonna give to him. Now, everything else, I don't know, but I know we gonna need to survive through whatever about to happen, and I'm gonna need somebody. I'm gonna need somebody strong to stand behind us, and I can say I feel like men have that
I
energy.
think that they're going to figure this strike thing out. It's not something that's
Yeah,
going
I'm
to
it's
go
not gonna
on
be a
for a
long
long
time, but
time.
still stock up on your
sorry
food and
about
water. Just
The issue
because.
is this is I think like a scare tactic kind of thing. Like we already don't got 24-hour grocery stores anymore. You know what I mean? And I'm kind of still upset about that. I want to be able to go to Walmart and go, oh, let me go get some chicken or something. I need some hot sauce. Hold on, let me roll in there. You know, you
Fact.
can't even do that anymore.
I'm with you
And
on that.
Everything else open back up.
what I
Well,
just
shit, that's on the 24-hour
Not
shit back up.
24 hours though.
I know what I was
It
about
goes
to
to
say
10
earlier
p.m. now.
about Amazon. So somebody said Amazon is gonna be getting back because they got their own trucks. So everybody gonna be ordering off Amazon and getting their products because a lot of other stuff is going to
but
be.
nah, that's not from a person. I've been associated with Amazon for 12 years, right? Amazon still got to get their shit shipped in to their buildings. Like, so we got Prime now,
Mm-hmm.
and they be throwing away a lot of shit, man. I once saw a big ass crate, a pallet full of chicken wings.
What?
And they were still looking good. They was not spoiled or gray or nothing. And they took them motherfuckers to the dumpster and threw them bitches away. I like you could have sold them shits to the associates. Or you could
You
have
know
did a
what?
big chicken. You could have did a big
Yeah.
cook off.
Somebody gets
That's
sick
what
of
these
the
fast food
tone.
restaurants do too. These
But
restaurants put a lot of
they
food
don't
away.
but a lot of places though, like they like, I don't know about y'all. So let me ask y'all at y'all house. When the milk says it expires, let's say October 1st, do you pour that milk out
De- Depends
or
on
do
what it
you
looks
It
smell
like.
it?
depends.
If it smell bad,
It,
heck
I
yeah. But if it
smell
don't
it.
smell bad,
it
I
depends.
grew
It
up off
depends on the
smelling
store
the
you get it
food.
from.
I don't go by the date, I go by the smelling. But see, I buy
yeah.
my food. I look at the date at the store because I want the latest date possible, so that
You,
way that it can last.
Right.
you're supposed
But
to
when it
though.
comes to
Well,
milk, I would
the
definitely
issue
say go by the smell. You can never go wrong that way.
the
But
Yep.
certain
issue
stores
is
is different
with
though.
milk, it says sell by date.
Right.
That means they gotta sell it by that date.
That's
Not that
right.
it's bad. Because let's say you bought the milk on October 1st.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you might not have a week or two to drink it, like if you would have got it on September the 19th or something. You know what I mean? Well, I don't know the timeline on the milk. But like I think that's what the sell by date. Now, let's say the difference is we got some potato chips. And the potato chips say it expires. So now we're dealing with two different terminologies.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's say it expires October 1st, 2024.
Mm-hmm.
I might be more inclined to throw that shit in the trash because I think most shelf life is like a year or two anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's a canned good though, canned goods last forever.
It's getting kept.
So I'm gonna keep that for
Well,
hard times. They got canned goods that's been around since World War One. And people busting them open, trying them and seeing what they taste like
Well,
on
them canned
YouTube.
goods is what's gonna get you through in times like this flood situation. You know what I mean? Everything that's been going on in North Carolina and all that, and Atlanta and Georgia. Like this is that time. So one lady was just saying, hey, if y'all do go stock up on stuff that you don't need electricity to cook. You know, get them canned goods and get you a can opener, you know, one of the regular manual can openers, you know, like it was real. That flood, it kind of got to me. It taught me a little something. Like maybe what we do need to look at canned goods expirations. Like she even said, have a bag of powder milk put up, you know, because all you gotta do is add water and it's good. Like, and I'm like, okay, I'm thinking about it. Like what Lady T said, even though the strike, if not, it might not last that long. At the end of the day, it's gonna teach us a lesson. You gotta have some of this stuff on hand.
Well, see, I think we dealing with a situation where we are in trouble, right? Because we city slickers. Is it
Mm-hmm.
city slickers or city lick? One of them. We city slickers. We get our salsa from New York City. Y'all don't know that commercial. That goes all the way back in the day. New York
Mm-hmm.
City. But
Mm-hmm.
that's why I've been trying my hand at the chickens and the growing the fruit. I mean, growing the vegetables and things like that because tomato is a fruit. So I was not wrong because I got 40 tomato plants.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yep, I
I-
learned that back in school. You sure right, Andre.
Yeah, it's
Tomato
a fruit.
Boy, I used to
I got
argue with people back in the day about that. I don't know
Yep.
what that wasn't a debate back in the day. They be like, nah, it's a vegetable. I be like, nah, it's a fruit.
That's a fruit.
Look it up. Look it up.
Look it up.
Even when you
Carl
go to
just
the
saying put
grocery
me back
store,
in. You gotta
it's
hit the
going you
link
gonna
there.
find it in the fruit. You gonna find the tomatoes with the fruit.
Hit the
Mm-hmm.
link. I don't see you nowhere. Okay, it
I
didn't
mean,
show that you
I
was.
thought he left on his
Oh,
own.
okay. I see me now.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Yo, it's time
yeah,
to
I
go
think
back to the old
I think
way.
the thing like this hurricane and all of that, it's two phases though, right? You got the
Mm-hmm.
government contracting phase. Like any one of us I could have did it. I'm already set up with sam.gov. I could have got all of us together on this panel and we could have went down there in any one of those states and probably clocked in. I mean, minus the fees for like equipment and all of that kind of stuff. We could have probably pulled in a couple $100,000.
I
You know
will
what I
quit.
mean? Just to
I will
go
quit
down
my
there
job.
for disaster relief cleanup. So, but outside of that, because I don't want to get into that thing right now on this show. Like maybe we might have something at another time. But but just like war relief, it's the same thing though. Somebody is paying like when we had our pandemic, we already spoke on it. They was buying masks. The government couldn't go straight to Johnson and Johnson and buy hand sanitizers or masks. They had to go through people like us, and we was getting it. Some people was probably getting it from Amazon or, get some kind of contract with one of these people who made the mask. You just couldn't bring anything from China. That was just the
Gotcha.
that was just the one thing that you couldn't do. But
Mm.
but this is teaching us a lot about that kind of stuff. I mean, if you research it more, I'm gonna leave that up to y'all. But like, let's say that you couldn't make it to the store because the streets is flooded, or shit, they went in there and stole everything out the store. Uh, yeah, the question is, how do we survive? You know what I mean? Like, even if we had a garden, if the flood came
Yo,
through and
the
wiped
answer.
everything out in some of these places,
We're gonna
There
have to
would
go
there
back
wouldn't
the
even been
old
no,
way.
hey, I got a garden or I got chickens in the back. The chickens are gone. You know what I'm saying? They didn't make it. And your vegetables and everything have been, they probably still out there floating though. I was because I had a gnat outbreak in my house, right? So I had got the little I'm gonna tell this joke because I thought it was funny. I don't know if y'all ever watched this movie, It, the new movie, It, not the one from back in the day. But Yeah, I caught a whole bunch of gnats in the glass with some apple cider vinegar, and I had put some plastic on top. And the other gnats was like swimming. They was like on top of the plastic. I poked holes in it so they can get in there and they can't get out.
Yeah, they can't get out.
So I was like, "You don't you want to go in there into the party where everybody's floating?" I was like, "Hey, you'll float too.
They all float.
You'll
You
float
will
too."
float too.
I said, "You'll float too.
They
You'll
all
float
float.
too."
If you
They
will
all
float
float.
too, they all
don't you
float.
want? Don't you want to float?
I'm a
But
big fan of the old one and the new one, the remake.
yeah,
I like them both because what it is, the old one is like an old genre, TV made, but the new one is more gory and stuff because it's came
yeah.
out the theaters, but it was a lot better. And they're supposed to make another one because they're basing more of the newer one off the book.
I
But
don't think
back
they
to
can top this one that we just had though.
but back
If
to the flood
they deep dive
situation.
into the actual book, it'd be better than the one that just passed.
Well, we got
But
to
back
deal
to
with
the
that
flood
girl and her
situation.
daddy.
You have number one thing is water. All life is based off the water. You just have to know how to boil the water and get some of those things that could treat water like Brita, boil it, different systems like that. You would have to have rocks and things in order to cure your stuff when you
Well,
put
that's
it.
what you
That's
supposed to
the
already
frozen
have
system.
you should have a stack of water, couple cases of water bottles in the crib anyway.
Right, but that's gonna run out if you can't go nowhere. It's gonna run out. Then what are you gonna do?
But the water will recede.
Right. But what I'm trying to say is that this though, while you waiting for that water to recede, what you going to do in the meantime? If there's water around you, you can cure it. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You got to learn how to kill it, or you
The
got to
Yeah,
houses
learn
they
though
did
ain't
how to
gonna
that.
farm.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
houses ain't gonna be flooded for no weeks or nothing, man.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
they
But I
they
would
was
say
talking about
also,
that on. Sorry, Carlton.
Go
I was
ahead.
going to say also that you should keep a boat. If anywhere that there's a flood zone, you should keep a boat just in case, because you never know when you're going to need that boat. You don't have to get a big old boat, but just enough to put you and your family in to be able to. I've seen a lot of Caucasian people have boats and they
You
go
got
out
your
and
boat.
fish. Huh?
Well,
You got
here's
a
the
boat.
thing about
I'm
but
telling
here's
you,
the
we're
thing about
talking
that
about in
though.
a situation like that. Things
When
that
you
we
know that
all need to work on.
when you live in an area like that,
Right. You should keep a
and
boat.
you got the like Louisiana, New Orleans,
Yeah, you need a
and the
boat.
bow broke and all of that, like nobody was prepared for that. People been prepared for it now, but I think the
Right.
people who have boats in their house they're natural boaters or they go kayaking. Like I don't think that people like let me go buy a boat just in case a hurricane happens and I can get around.
But we need to. If I live in an area with water, right, I'm the type to be prepared, and you know what I'm saying. Like I like to be prepared in every situation and not get caught off guard a lot of times because of
Hmm.
But
that.
some people just don't have it like that to go get no boat. But I do agree, like there's other things that you can get to help you be
And what
able
if
to
you live
float.
in an
Like if you
apartment?
live
Where
in
you gonna put the boat?
right, because if you live in where the
That's
water is, you can even get life jackets. You can get one of them little blow up. They got the blow up boat type things. But like honestly, in true reality, most people are not going to have a boat, but they should still have some other things for
you could get
survival. If
kayak. I mean, shoot, kayaks in
where
Walmart.
they gonna keep a kayak at?
Hold on. Let me go see how a kayak you keep in your living room. Let me see how much kayaks are. I'll be right back, y'all. You know, I got to
Living
do a
room.
search on it.
He said living
Yeah.
They
room.
talking about a living room.
Lady
Who
T
gonna
and
keep a
that
kayak
room.
in their living room?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm gonna put.
Now, I
If
do agree with you that you can have the inflatable one, and you can have it where it inflates
when you
pretty
pull it or
quickly.
whatever. Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree. And what he was
but
talking about the water purified thing, they was talking about that. So it was some people that was headed out to North Carolina and stuff to help, people with food and clothes and stuff. So they packed up a whole bunch of food and stuff. And one of the other things they packed up was the purifier. So it was like a long device that it almost looked like a water cup, just a really big one. And what it does is you could put you could put any kind of water in it, ocean water, whatever, and it literally cleans the water.
I'm
Literally,
trying to zoom in too.
it was like lip. You know what? Why, Andre? It was. He's
No,
something
I
else.
was saying
Different
like
kind of water.
it's so many different things that we have tried to bring to the. You heard about that one black guy who invented that machine that pulls water out the air, and he
Mm-mm.
was taking it to different places. Like when Texas had their issue, he took it down there. It's just like it's his invention. I should probably get
I
my
seen it. It's
laptop
on
so that we can
Facebook.
pull it up.
It's on Facebook. But yeah,
I'm
the
gonna get my
cheapest.
laptop real quick and then I'm gonna pull it up. Uh, but yeah, dude has an invention. Some people sabotaged it when it was in Texas. I think they went in there and messed it
Broke
up
it.
because they he felt like it was the water bottle people, like one of the actual companies came in and sabotaged it. But he takes it from different places. Um, like I think who got hit with the earthquake when we went to the cruise? Puerto Rico, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Puerto Rico got hit with an
I think it
earthquake
was.
and it was pretty bad. And he took his machine over there that all he got to do is run it. He ain't putting no chemicals in it, but it's something about condensation. But hold on, y'all go ahead and have the conversation. I'm gonna get on with the laptop and I'll be right back.
Now
Yeah.
back to the kayak thing. I was researching. The cheapest one is $115 for you. The basic one is $190, and it goes all the way up to $500. I ain't saying you got to get the $500 one, but you could come up with $100 or something to get that basically. And I'm jumping back to the water purification, like I said, rock, sand, all of that. Then you boil it, you put it through a streamer, or you could buy the life water thing that I used to. Before, when the pandemic hit, I was prepared. I had firearms, I had water things, and it was crazy. I didn't have nothing for viruses, but now I got something for viruses too. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a little bit more prepared than when I was
So we
before.
gonna have to
So I
definitely.
got to get it both, huh?
Yeah, your little stuff might come in handy this winter, Carlton. People might be
Oh
using you
yeah,
up.
my little stuff. Yeah, hopefully it will, cause it shoot. I know some stuff or whatever that grows outside. I know a lot of things that could help people, but the thing is, will people use it? Will you
Why'd you
use
say
it?
it like that, lady? See you his little stuff.
Well, no, let me not say little stuff. Yeah, that
Right,
ain't
Right,
yeah, the
like
way you
like when I
said it,
think
the way,
about black
your
the
women,
way you
I
little
be
said
like,
it,
stuff.
if
the
y'all
way you
go
said it, like you
upstairs.
was downgrading his vitamins. Though you said your little
That's what
stuff,
black. That's the
like this
thing. See,
bird.
black women say your little car, your little house, your little stuff. And listen, in Spanish, you would say cito, casito, uh, do cosito.
Pequeño,
Everything would be
Okay,
small. Yeah,
pequeño,
little, your little
petito.
stuff. So they would always
definitely.
say cito and cita.
But I definitely was not trying to downplay you or any of that. So I do apologize publicly if you took
I
that the wrong
wasn't
way.
offended. I found it
No,
funny.
I'm
But
just saying because it does make a difference, and anything
Yeah.
that anybody got going on as far as the business, I always like to speak highly of that because entrepreneurship is really where it's at. At the end of the day.
right. I'd
But
say this: we need to keep our immune system strong, though. Keep yourself strong with the water, knowing how to purify it. Make
right,
sure you do have enough clean water so you don't have to use the dirt.
yeah, I would
Because when the
definitely say, like Tay said with the canned goods, I would say definitely stock up, have some canned goods. Also definitely have water. Keep a couple first aid kits. Um, I mean, but I guess if those got,
Mm.
you know, um, you would
keep
definitely.
firearms for law, because people are going to be going around raiding houses looking for stuff. So you got to be
I would
well
say
protected,
lighters and a lot of candles. You know,
right?
um,
Keep let me see, what else do you need? Things that you don't need electricity, like a generator, or you guys could like
You definitely gotta have a generator.
yeah, because
batteries.
when we had that whatever we had like a couple of days ago, a lot of people power was out. Like my cousin, she said my aunt's lights was flickering on and off. She said at her house the lights was completely off. Like so it was a lot of people
Yeah, I
electricity.
was out of town, but all my neighbors and stuff was calling me talking about our whole neighborhood. Not even just my street, the whole neighborhood was out.
Yeah, so that definitely I would suggest a lot of people just start like paying attention because yeah, I just pray, that whatever it is, people can start trying to take it serious so that when it really does hit, it doesn't hit as hard because we'll be prepared. That saying stay ready so you don't have to get ready. So I would say just start stocking up. I mean, it won't hurt to have more because if it's something that you need that you can always use water. You can never have enough water. So even if it don't hit us that hard, you got water that you ain't got to worry about buying for a long time. And I'm from that generation where my parents taught me that one thing that I can say, for my mom before she left here, baby, she taught me how to survive. And one thing she always taught me is when you buy something, you ain't gotta buy one. You know what I'm saying? If you already know you gonna need this again next month and you got the money to get it, why not just go ahead and get it right now? Cause you gonna need it again. So that stuck with me. And now here I am today, grown with my own family and kids, and I do that. When I go to the store, I may pick up you know, a couple of detergents instead of just getting one because I know I'm gonna need some again. I may get 2 packs of toilet paper instead of just one, or a couple of dishwashing liquids, or an extra pack of soap, or so stuff like that shouldn't really affect people who are used to doing it. But now you just have to, get a little bit more than usual. But stocking up should be normal, really. And
For people like me, I think stocking up is like tax time be my time to stock up because
for real. Listen,
yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Now that's a different type. Now that's a different type of stock up, baby. Get them gas, baby. You the best to do your thing, okay?
Yes, yes,
Only I'm gonna be honest though, Tay. Only certain amount of people know to think like that. Cause
yeah.
a couple of my family members, I had to put on game. Like people
Uh-huh.
budget because I'm very good at that. I thank God that was something he blessed me with, but yeah, like I've had people that actually ask me like, well, what do you do? How do you know, I stock up. So I have a little bit of money to play with every now and then because I know I like nice things and I like my children to have nice things and I have to be able to figure it out and afford it. So you have to put certain things in your budget. Like gas should automatically go in your budget. You use a car every single day. So that is a bill. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Whatever your habit is, that's the bill. So your household items and all of that, that should come naturally because that's the bill. You have to wash your clothes. You have to wash your butt. You have to brush your teeth. You have to wipe your ass. You know what I'm saying? These are things that you're gonna do forever. So stocking up when you can is not bad. If you put it in your budget, yes. If you can afford extra in your budget, that's understandable as long as you got enough for what you need at that moment. You know what I'm saying? But that's just some little free game for some of y'all out there who might be young and didn't know. Girl, it ain't nothing wrong with stocking up. You can't never go wrong with that. But
Can't
no,
go wrong.
but on a real serious note though, I do just suggest everybody like take this more serious than usual. Only because if the if the way we get our things ain't providing how we get our things, that is that's something to talk that's something to be concerned about. And you know, but at the end of the day, like I think all of this is playing a part. The election, just everything in general. Okay, here we go. We got some action, y'all. Hold on.
You got some.
Period.
All right, y'all ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
Mute up, mute up the mics, everybody. This is a black dude. He created, this is his invention.
They are saying we are out of water. We are not out of water. It's right here.
Moses West, a retired Army Ranger, is the man behind the atmospheric water generator. It takes moisture from the environment and turns it into clean drinking water. He's literally changing air into water and has changed the clean water game. When it comes to keeping us safe and feeling connected, the creative genius and passion of these inventors has made our lives better. And that has made them unforgettable.
You know what?
Hold on, what?
Dang.
So it's a lot of black inventors that we didn't even know about that has changed the game. That's what I mean. Like, we really need to invest in ourselves. Start schools, if anything else. Start schools and keep it going forward, especially with science. The School of Science and Math, I feel like, is very needed in our community. And then we probably gonna have to start our own businesses to promote this type of stuff and only deal with our own people, especially when it comes to water and food resources like this. Like this.
But let me show y'all what happened. Let me show you all what happened. I think this happened during Flint because there are companies who want to make money from water, right? Water bottles.
Right.
So this is a news article. Mute back up one more time.
Filter.
West is a military veteran who travels across the country to areas in.
They drained fuel. They added something to the coolant lines. They played with electronics. And that's not typical vandal stuff.
Less than a week after bringing free water to Flint, Moses West says the green machine he designed to do just that was vandalized.
Once they broke into the machine and they destroyed the generator, very technical. They knew what they were doing. It wasn't just, random vandalism. Not at all. They destroyed the battery. They put metal in the fuel system. I saw that when I was cleaning the fuel filter.
West is a military veteran who travels across the country to areas in crisis, bringing a machine he designed like this one that literally makes fresh water out of thin air. He put the green machine out for people along Saginaw Street on Thursday and was hoping to make a big impact. He says before the vandalism, they were giving hundreds of people free water every day.
You got to look at, I'm making anywhere from 1,200 to 2,000 gallons of water a day and giving away for free. That's a lot of money out of somebody's pocket someplace.
West says that he can only speculate as to why someone would try to destroy something that was just trying to help the community.
West says he hopes to have the green machine back open and working again soon, with some anti-vandalism features added as well.
It actually sits in the air. I set it on the ground because the ground was a little bit unstable for it to sit on the legs, but now I've got all support for the legs. All 21,000 pounds of it will sit up in the air and make it harder for people to get to do devious things to the machine.
In Flint, Rachel McCrary, WNEM TV 5.
He said 21,000.
Yep.
I have heard about that thing.
Wow.
I've seen it too before. I seen him on Facebook. So that's a wonderful thing. I'm thinking that this has been around for a while. Like, there's water things that.
Yeah.
But if you guys know
That's how they
anything
really
about
getting
Michigan,
our water. What if we can make that? What if we're just really getting beat?
That's why they jacked up his machine. They mad.
That's why they was going with him.
He is
They were
making
trying to-
water out of air, y'all. We need to figure this out. This is science. We need to go back to school. This is science.
But water comes from the air. You remember the circle of life,
that's what I'm saying.
evaporation,
Yes. it's like coming back to me. Like, why did I forget that? Like, why did I
Yeah.
forget
Yeah.
taught us that?
It's like when it
It's a
rains,
cloud, it goes up, and when it rains,
you
you can
got
make
the
that in the water.
runoff, and then it got I
Imagine,
can't think of what it's
imagine
called.
when you have a cup of ice water, right? And I'm gonna bring it back, the science back to us real quick. You have a cup of ice water, a glass of ice water, and you set it on the table. What the fuck happens to the what happens to that glass? What's on the outside of that glass if you let it sit for a little bit of time?
Condensation.
Water. It like it starts sweating.
Yeah, it's
Like it
condensation.
starts sweating.
Yep, condensation.
So this is what the idea that he invented is based off of. You know, they unalive people like him with inventions like that. And he's lucky that the worst thing that they did was try to damage his thing in Flint. And that's only because somebody was making big money in Flint by donating the donations of water.
But
And I'm thinking it also got something to do with his skin complexion too.
Of course,
Right,
of
but
course
if you
it
guys
does.
know, if you know anything about Michigan, Michigan has a lot of fresh water springs and things that Nestle and all these other companies be going to Michigan for is for the freshwater springs. And with him
But do you
doing
know
that,
what happened in
it's
Flint, though? That's the reason why he was in Flint. You know what happened?
Exactly.
they
The
changed
water
it.
triggered.
They changed it from the fresh water coming from the Lake
No,
Michigan.
that's
to
not
the
what
river.
happened, bro.
No.
No.
The flood.
No.
It wasn't the flood.
No.
After it has something to do with the flood did affect the water eventually, but the main thing was that the water got so contaminated.
That's what I was gonna say.
By what?
Water got contaminated.
By what though?
I mean, after the hold on, I gotta sneeze.
Was it the pipes? Did they say something was
That
up
was
with? I
sneeze?
thought they said it had something to do
Lead.
with
The
the
pipes
pipes.
had lead.
It was the pipes.
contamination.
The pipes. They
Had
were
lead
older pipes,
contamination.
and the pipes were disintegrating or something like that.
They're old. They had old lead pipes.
And they
that
were
from-
All
pushing
yep.
lead and
Mhm.
different things
The
into the
rust,
water.
lead, calcium build up,
And
all
that's why
that.
their water was coming out brown
Yep.
and all of that. So that's what it was. It was a breakdown of the old water system.
Systems. The system.
And it's not, I don't know if it's even fixed today. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I was just about to ask. Do anybody know if they ever took care of that?
Well, you
100%.
remember Obama took a sip of he act like he took a sip of the Flint water.
The micro.
No, he didn't sip that motherfucking water.
That's
It'd have been Aquafina in that glass. Like, see, this water good to drink, everybody. And then he didn't even take a real sip. He like put it up to his lips and was like,
Right, just like tasted it. I wouldn't have drunk that shit either.
he
Shoot.
didn't.
nah. I
I
wouldn't either.
But nah, my man had a great invention though. But that just goes back to I'm gonna go off topic real quick. And they say that black people ain't got no culture, but black people have created the majority of the inventions that revolutionized the world. And
Created
that,
everything.
if he can make a bigger system like that, I mean, they would definitely unalive him because a lot of people would get what kind of waters we got? We got the stream, we got
That's
spring
sad
water,
that they don't
and
never
then
want.
we got what's the other water?
Ice
Drinking
Mountain.
water.
Ice Mountain.
No,
Is
ice mountain is
Fiji.
spring water,
We got
spring,
Fiji.
yeah.
Oh, it's spring water.
Drinking water and purified water.
purified water. So if he can turn and say that this is purified water, which he can, if it goes under a certain chemical process, because he said it was clean, and it's processed water when it comes out, then that gets rid of some big giants.
Oh yeah.
Because look, just think about what's going on. I know don't nobody know about this kind of stuff, but I'll be on YouTube all day, and they just send me all kind of stuff because I'm all around the world. So Ethiopia is Donald Trump told Egypt that this was when he was president. He told Egypt that they could blow up this dam that Ethiopia was building. Ethiopia is in control of the Nile River. I think it's the Nile, and it runs through Somalia and Ethiopia. I mean, so it starts in Ethiopia and it runs through Somalia and into Egypt. Well, Ethiopia was like, we're going to build a dam for electricity purposes, so that we can put more electricity in our country. But they also want to be able to sell water downstream to Egypt and Somalia. But they don't like that. And they ready to go to war with them. They were at least ready to go and blow that big old dam up that they just created. But I've talked to a lot of Ethiopian people that I know, and I asked them about it, and they said that's our natural resource. It starts in Ethiopia. We should be able to do whatever we want to do with it. And I can't necessarily say that I blame them for feeling like that. And we've had natural resources. We are the natural resource, really. Our dollars. Everybody comes to our neighborhoods. The Asian people put up the hair places, and they put up food places. And now the Arab people coming in frying up our chicken. And it's like we had our East here. They was frying and putting the chicken on the ground and cooking with no shoes on. And mice and shit going around. Like they don't care about how they serve us. They got the money.
You know what?
And even Martin Luther King, I was just watching. I was just watching Martin Luther King, his last speech, and he was talking about how much money we control, and how like we have the spending power of some small countries, but we are consumers. You know, we invented a lot of things, man, and they take it from us and make it theirs.
We invented most of the stuff of this
a
country.
lot of things, man.
This country, we invented almost damn near everything. We built this country pretty much.
The cotton gin. So when we go back to the conversation of reparations, it's like you gotta pay us for our contributions, man. You portray us as, I mean, we take part in this Cardi B and the City Girls and everybody's amigo and all the guys like amigo, because that's what the girls
is not
like.
even us. That's a minority of us. That's not the majority of us.
I know, but that is the world sees us like that.
Yeah, that's how they see us.
And they don't realize that our lives are so much different from those people.
Dark-skinned Black Americans. That's how they see us.
They don't understand that until they come here and get to know us.
Right. And
all they see is the people that's on the TV screen and think that we all like that.
Right. And then they don't understand that there's already been Black doctors, Black everything. But they unalived them, or they took them off, or they put them behind bars. They did a lot.
And just like that, a lot of Black doctors, a Black doctor was the first person that did brain surgery.
Heart surgery.
Heart surgery.
And made the blood transfusion. Dr. Charles Drew. He's the first one. And you know what? What killed him was he unalived him was that he needed a blood transfusion because he got hit by a car apparently, and they didn't want to give him a blood transfusion. Ain't that crazy? Something he invented, they didn't want to give it to him, but he needed to survive. It's sad when you really look at all the inventions and things people did to help America, not just us, America.
Not just America, the world.
The world. And yet we get so downplayed by this so little thing. And then it doesn't help when we have a presidential candidate who shows that once again. Instead of bringing somebody smart like Donald Trump did, which was at a school, she gonna bring out just the worst of our people. And that's what they see around the world.
You
No,
talking about
seriously,
Meg?
like that's a bad representation of a black
That is
woman.
a bad representation. But guess
A
what?
horrible representation of who we
That
are
would have
here.
never happened with any other presidential candidate. But that just
Hell
shows
no.
that that's how she feels about us.
And you think anybody
Yeah.
outside our country will look at us and be like, "Oh, that's the only thing that black
Yeah.
people in America
Like,
is about."
motherfuckers
They
gonna
look
tell
at us
me,
as sex slaves.
a motherfucker gonna tell me, well, she wasn't dancing like she normally do, so I think it was appropriate.
Nah,
Still ain't
it don't
appropriate.
matter.
Still
I
ain't
didn't
appropriate.
even argue
That's
the
not
point.
presidential.
I didn't even argue the point because you know who Meg the Stallion is. You know what she represents. But the thought process that they want to push is you got body positivity, right? So you can do whatever you want to do. And if you do twerk enough and clap enough cheeks and you do mess around and get pregnant, we are pushing pro-choice.
Right.
So clap all the cheeks you want to. Clap all they want. She was trying to identify with those women who identify with Meg the Stallion.
Hey, I got
Meg
a
the
question.
Stallion had even in one of Meg the Stallion songs, I believe she said something about she'll go to the chop shop. And she didn't use those words, but she was like she'll go to the chop shop instead of being trapped with a man. So there's more than one reason on why she even picked Meg the Stallion to do that. And Tara,
you know,
what the fuck you over there eating on?
Hey, did you know at the DC conventions they also offer that unaliving?
Y'all always eating on some shit.
Did y'all know that at the DC
We had
convention
late
they
dinner.
offer them services?
Yeah, that ain't
Like-
One day I'm gonna be in here chewing like a motherfucker. I don't want nobody to say nothing.
That's why I turn my TV off. I turn it off if I'm eating for real though, y'all. Sometimes
Okay.
I'm just
I
playing.
don't.
Shut your ass up.
Doug, we know is the big eater over there. He's
Doug is the biggest.
Oh y'all, hey, we gotta turn it off and turn it back on. It's my favorite hour before I go to sleep, y'all.
Hell no, you gonna go to sleep.
No, I'm going
Yeah,
to
not
sleep.
trying to
You know I go to sleep at 11. You know where I'm at. You know how I get my
going to sleep anyway.
Yeah, at 11. But anyway,
We
y'all,
ain't even made it. We ain't even felt like a booty talk. We ain't even got that vibe yet.
It's the booty talk hour.
Joe didn't get that vibe yet.
Yeah.
You early.
Anytime it's 10 o'clock or past, it's the booty talk hour. Y'all know this.
That's when you go to sleep.
No, at 11. At 11, I go to sleep.
That's when you go to sleep. We be like,
At
oh,
11. I got to get back up at 4.
We thought,
So
okay, maybe them pop-ups kicked him out, but then you don't never come back in. Oh, okay. Say it, you hating ass niggas.
Like, you want to talk about some booty?
Yeah, these niggas ain't shit. I can't wait to show my uncle Anthony Johnson.
But going back to the beginning topic, though, I think that from what I've read, for what I've seen, I watched a few videos about the just the cap on everything that we talked about for the rundown. I watched a few videos about the strike. It could be bad for us, not necessarily about a shortage in supply, because I don't think a lot of us gonna get caught up like we did in 2021. We got Sam's Club membership, some of us, a lot of us. I'm running low. I need to go back and get some toilet paper, but my toilet paper lasts like when I go to Sam's Club, and this is not a plug for Sam's Club, unless Sam's Club want to sponsor our next video. But or because what's the other place?
The show needs to
what's
get
the other place?
Membership.
Costco.
Costco, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Either one of y'all want to sponsor us? Come on. Y'all got AI searching videos with people talking about Costco and Sam's Club. I got a Sam's Club membership.
Walmart could join too, man.
Yeah, I got a Sam's Club membership too.
But
Walmart and Sam Club
we
are
learned.
owned by the same
I
guy,
don't.
right?
I don't think
They
that.
are.
I don't think our issue would be about. Yeah, they are. I don't think our issue going to be about the stockpiling of shit like it was last time. Our issue is going to be the price of it. If the
Yep.
strikes go forward or whatever, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I was watching something where they debunked what they were saying, like, oh, the inflation was higher until Biden came in, and that was debunked.
That was a bullshit.
It was debunked that it actually got higher once Biden came in, and now with this strike going on, this is under the Biden administration, which will be kind of bad for his legacy if it did go up to 4% or 4.5% inflation, based on something that he might not have control on and might have control of. Like, but I think it's going to be bad for our pockets, though. I don't think that we're gonna run and we might go to the store and buy everything up again like before, but I just don't. I don't think that's what's going to happen.
It's definitely going to be supply and demand. You're right.
Right. Hey, and we
I don't see inflation going down because inflation started when the dollar got off the gold standard. So it's been like this since the 70s.
Everybody deals with every country deals with inflation, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Like,
They
main
destabilize certain
we got
countries by
people here from them different countries. From Venezuela,
but look, they
becomes
destabilize certain countries by printing their money and then dropping it off into the country.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the CIA that does that.
We don't have anything that backs the dollar right now. The dollar is backed by itself. Gold is not backing the dollar.
But still, the dollar is still backed by a guarantee, right? But you can't just
everybody around the world still wants the dollar.
Yeah. If they keep printing it, that's what's going to deflate the dollar.
But there were other things that happened that caused this inflation and where we're at right now, the high inflation rate.
Yeah.
So
there were certain policies that were put in place.
Do you think that if we chose, okay, if we couldn't get reparations, we're used to that, but if we could not get this inflation down, do you think these two people could get it down? Trump?
No, because they're going to keep printing the money. You know, if they keep printing money, it's going to keep deflating the money.
I think that Donald Trump has a better plan on getting the inflation down. If the inflation does not go down, if he can't get it down, I do believe, like, think of this: no tax on overtime. It won't even matter no more. How many motherfuckers going to be trying to do 40+ hours?
Everybody. I do it now. I do a 40+ hours.
But if you don't get taxed on your overtime.
I do get taxed on my overtime.
No, Donald Trump is proposing, if he gets elected, that anything over 40 hours, you will not get federal tax.
I'm about to go run to the poll. I didn't know that one. I'm about to do it.
You already said you wasn't voting.
I forgot about that, man. I'm about to get my overtime because I work overtime to survive, bro.
You already said you wasn't voting, so no.
Yeah, but you know what?
You're not voting for Donald Trump. That means you voting
working,
for
man. I might change my thing. I might get off my high horse and do it because I need my 40 over because I work like a Hebrew slave, so I need to be in there like that. I'm about to run to the
Why gotta be Hebrew slave? Why can't it be American slaves, man?
Because that's the saying. I didn't make it up. It's been around before me and be there after.
He said that's the saying. It is the saying. However, this whole I don't know why painted Hebrew slaves. Like, I think that, like, okay, we ain't gonna get taxed on the 40 hours, right?
After 40
don't y'all think there's gonna be something else that takes that up to where it's hidden, or it seems like we're not, but we are paying into it. Like, I just don't believe that anything is for free
Well,
from the government.
here's the
Listen
thing,
here,
though.
baby girl. I need the money today since they won't
Here's
give
the
me my
thing, though.
reparations tomorrow.
If they're not taxing us, right?
Mhm.
But if he's telling these foreign companies, if you're not making products in America,
Mhm.
then you're going to pay these extra taxes. Yeah, money got to come from somewhere. It's coming from somewhere. I mean, it could be something that we not paying attention to, but as far as our individual pockets are concerned, I can guarantee that you're gonna look like, okay, I want my money after 40 hours. Ever since I've been an adult, and when I left the state house, at the state house there is no overtime money. You work if you do extra time, it goes into this shit they call comp time.
Yep, that's what
I
I got.
always hated that. That was bullshit. But
Mhm.
Nowadays, the state does
when
pay you
you work,
overtime.
man,
No, they
they still do comp time.
My state job pays me overtime.
What state job you got?
He's in a prison, and it is actually
IDOC.
a private.
Oh no, that's a private entity.
No, it's not a private entity.
Bro, if you was actually a state employee, bro, you would get comp time, man. There is no
You work for DOC, right?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
not. Now, if I worked for the other one that's privatized, Geo, that is the one that
You're right,
is
but
privatized.
when you get your paychecks, what does it say on the top?
It says Indiana Department of what do you call it? It don't say privatized nothing.
No, I know, but what does it say on your paycheck?
State of Indiana is what she's asking.
Right. It state of Indiana.
It says state of Indiana what?
Hold on, let me go see. Because I don't look,
Bro,
man.
they don't do overtime, bro. They do comp time, bro. I know
get
for a
overtime,
fact.
and I get certain amount of hours.
Bro, I worked for the
month.
state, nigga, for 10 years, bro.
I'm telling you, whatever you was is probably different.
Carlton, let's focus. Just tell me what your paycheck say real quick, so I can help
Hold on,
you.
I'm about to go to the website.
Oh, okay. No, I didn't know you had to do all that. My bad.
No, I can do it and listen to y'all at the same time. Hold on.
Okay. So the difference in working for Department of Corrections and working straight up through the state, it's not that Department of Corrections it can't be state. It's just that it's not only Indiana State. If you work through Indiana State, it is comp time only. But you work for Department of Corrections, which is still an Indiana department, but Department of Corrections is in every state. Okay. It's everywhere. If you ever see anyone incarcerated from different states, the back of their thing says Department of Correction. Do you see what I'm saying?
Right.
But in Indiana State, they have it set where you cannot receive any overtime. You cannot. Not in Indiana State. Department of Correction is not in Indiana State only.
It's state of Indiana.
Right. State of Indiana. Right.
But you cannot get overtime.
No, not at the state of Indiana. You cannot. You do work for the state, but you don't work. I mean, you do work for the government, but you don't work for just the state of Indiana. Department of Correction is every state. It's everywhere. That's why you can get overtime.
They can move prisoners from state to state when they want to.
Right.
That is far and few since all the problems they got, they stopped taking outside Indiana did because it causes a upward because like they got different regulations. Like in Arizona and every other state that they took, they could smoke cigarettes. Indiana's a non-smoking one. So you move some prisoners from Arizona over here and you don't let them smoke, it'll cause a riot. They don't need no riots. Let's send them right back.
But back to the original topic though. To do 40 hours, everybody I talk to, I don't want to really do no overtime because I never really felt like they take all my money during taxes if I did overtime. They gonna still take taxes no matter what, right? But it ain't like you do 40 hours or you do 20 hours in overtime and they take 92% of your money. Like this is how some people I know, especially I don't want to people from other countries say they work money, you work more, they take more taxes. And that ain't how I felt. Like your check is still gonna be bigger. You still getting a time and a half. And imagine them telling you now you don't have to pay taxes on that. Now to be able to pull that off might be something that like it's a campaign promise, but can he really do that?
He can put it on the table, and then honestly it's not going to pass. There's going to be so many
He can be
red
an executive,
flags. Well, I'm just
but
saying that when he puts it on the table for the party to discuss, it's going to raise so many red flags that I can see it taking a long time before it gets approved, if it gets approved, simply because that means jobs can choose to just not have overtime. Like there's so
what?
many things that can happen.
I consider
In,
that.
yeah, in the place of this happening, if he does pass it, let's say he does and it gets passed and the party says, okay, yep, let's pass it. Well, then jobs are going to say, oh, okay, no overtime for anybody ever. You can only work these hours and that's it.
But
You know
I
what I'm
can say,
saying?
but here's the conflict with that thought process. The taxes do not affect the job. By them not taking the taxes, that does not affect that job at all. I
Okay.
really deep thought that. I really
They're
deep
gonna
thought
come
it.
take it out some
And it
other
might
way.
even benefit the job more because that might be less taxes that job has to pay.
So what jobs have to do is when tax season comes, it still does benefit them because now they might not have to record certain time. So that money that's getting paid out that does not get taxed can hurt them because when you at the tax season, they have to put on record what taxable money and what wasn't taxable money that they paid out. So it's going to look like they're paying more money out than what they are, which takes them up a bracket as well as far as their business is concerned. Like, oh, okay, so you really bringing in this much, not this much. So you know, I see the
But
red flag little by
it
little.
should also be looked at as a tax write-off.
With
Right.
with small businesses though, not with them larger
Even with the
businesses. It's
larger
not.
business. If
But
you
the
are a
larger
large business,
businesses are paying out, just like me and you have to pay out if we make too much money. Somebody needs to mute. I'm sorry.
It's
Can anyone
Carlton.
mute? Something's not right.
It's Carlton.
Carlton, can you mute?
Hold on 1 second. Let me get over here.
I do it, man. You ain't gotta worry, man. I got
Because
you.
I'm still trying to pull up my check.
Okay, so so what I was saying was just like me and you, like if we make too much, we have to pay out taxes, even with write-offs. Like after you get those write-offs, in some people's situations, they make way too much. Period. And so with businesses, the more that you make, the more that you're gonna pay out, even though they can put all the write-offs they want on there. But you're still going to have to pay out a bigger amount depending on how much you're bringing in. My thing is smaller businesses. Yes, you're right. You're right. They're going to get paid from that because smaller businesses will benefit from this more than the bigger businesses. So I can see
But
this being a problem for the richer, and that's why I
don't,
feel like,
I
huh?
can't agree with you only because there is a difference. Let's say, truth be told,
Hmm.
we do 1099, right? Everybody got to pay their own taxes. Even when you work your hours at your job, you got to pay your own taxes. No matter
Hmm.
how much money I make as a company, I'm still going to be responsible for those taxes that I brung in, my gains, my capital gains. I'm still gonna be responsible for that, no matter how much you are taxed on your own end.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I cannot get around it. Like, okay, I can be like, oh, I still got to pay employee tax. You see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So it's a lot of taxes that a company has to pay,
Mm-hmm.
and then on top of that, though, I'm going to be capped. Like, now the issue would be, where are they going to recoup the rest of this money from? But the corporation is going to be taxed on how much they make regardless. So if I make 100 million and I gotta give up 25%, it don't matter if they tax you or not. Like, however you get taxed, just like I added for the last 2 jobs that I had, I put on my W-2 or my 10, whatever it was. I don't know, when you fill it out when you first get a job,
Mm-hmm.
tax form. I want to pay an extra however amount of money towards
Oh,
my
your W-9.
You know what I'm saying? So I put on
Mm-hmm.
there, this is how much I want to pay extra. So even if
Okay.
let's say I'm gonna put 2 dependents or 3 or whatever it is, and I end up owing taxes at the end of the year, that ain't got nothing to do with the company that I work for. You see what I'm saying? So because the company, they still, no matter how much money they make,
Mm-hmm.
they get taxed by how much money they make. 100 million, 200, 300, 4 billion. No matter how
Mm-hmm.
much the employee, because you're responsible for your own personal taxes. That's why people get locked up for tax evasion. Because
It's gonna be, you right. I'm trying to, what only thing I'm saying is I actually agree with you. Like, it's gonna benefit some companies in a way, because if it's not taxed by us, then where is it taxed at? Is all I'm saying. Because if it's not taxed, that is the government losing lots of
you're
money, and
gonna lose
that's,
a lot of money, but the company that you work for ain't got nothing to do with the taxes that you owe.
but no, not that you owe, but it does affect them.
It won't affect them at all.
If it's not, for some companies, if it's not taxable to us, it's not taxable to them. So in some companies, that can hurt them
It
because they
won't,
need
because
that taxable money.
you the company, let's say they file taxes, right?
Hmm.
That ain't got anything to do with you. You like, if
No, not with us, but
let's say they are eligible for some type of tax cut. How does that
mhm,
affect the employee?
it don't. I'm
It
just
won't.
saying businesses are gonna suffer, and these are one of the red flags that
They
they're gonna
don't, because
bring up when he puts this on the
they
table.
don't get paid from the taxes. Businesses don't get paid from your taxes. The only
Right,
people
but
who get, it's 3 people. Let me tell you, it's 3 people who really get paid from your taxes:
hmm
the I, the R, and the S.
hmm
Those are the only people who getting paid from your taxes. The company is not responsible. Now, the company could be responsible. Okay, I'm paying them under the table.
hmm
Now I'm gonna get hit over the head because now I'm not paying employee tax. I'm not paying this. See, that's when, going back to Carlton, want to get on sam.gov. It's a lot of stuff that you need to know when it comes to, because I have a government contracting business and I've been studying this particular thing for a while, but I just had
hmm
to step off of it and focus on real estate right now.
hmm Yeah.
But it's so much more. Like, I'm not gonna sweep nobody's bathrooms. I'm not gonna do any of that as a business owner. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hop on Indeed.com and then I'm gonna hire people. And I had to distinguish between 1099 and the W-2 employee.
hmm
Now, if I do W-2 employee, the issue is going to be, okay, now I have to pay employee taxes. So a
hmm
lot of people are getting out of it because they're putting people down as 1099 who are actually W-2 employees. And so when you run into those kind of situations, you got to protect yourself as the business owner. So
hmm
me, like, let's say, truth be told, nobody's on here right now. Truth be told, 1099 all the way across the board, we're not employees. Nobody's an employee, not even me.
hmm
You know what I mean? We're 1099. But even with that being said, who's going to be like, you ever, I've never dealt with a job that paid me under the table or where I had to be responsible for my, I mean, as a real estate agent, okay. I'm responsible for my taxes at the end of the year. But I can't come to my company. I can't come to them and be like, well, look, you should have been paying my taxes for me. It's like, hell nah, we made 42 million this year. And we paid our taxes. Once they pay their taxes, whatever your situation is with the IRS,
It's
that is
separate.
you.
Right. That's why I was saying it's separate.
Wesley Snipes, and when they paid Ron Isley, but them they went to jail. When they went to jail, that had nothing to do with people who cut that check.
Yeah, I agree with the separation. I was just saying some businesses can seriously be affected depending on how much your business is making and how less your business is making, separate from the individuals that work for you, the employees. It's separate from that. I'm just saying it could affect some businesses in a negative way and some businesses in a positive way. I think
This how it's going to affect people, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're not keeping track on how much your employees are working,
Right.
because you got to turn over.
All
I'm trying to bring Lady T. I don't know if it says she wasn't here or she is here, but like you gotta be in control. You gotta have your numbers together because one day you might get out of it. An employee might be like, "Well, I didn't work this overtime," and they saying I work 40 hours a week of overtime for the whole year, and now you have a company, you got to prove that. You know what I'm saying? If you can't prove that, you might be going to jail, or you might be, you know what I'm saying, you might be facing some type of lawsuit from your company. Like it's gonna be crucial if people who don't handle their business correctly. Like we know that there are people, but I do think that all in all, everything after 40 hours is something that ain't never happened before. What can he do it? Now, where is the loss going to be taking it? Because we are one of the biggest. We put a lot of our money into our military. We put a lot of our money into things that don't necessarily help us on a larger scale as citizens. But
our military
Donald
does
Trump's
hold
plan
back
is to
people
get
from
it
coming
from
in.
the people who want to do business with us. I don't know if that will cover it. Like I think that might be checks and balances. I don't know. I ain't been in high school in a long time, so I don't know what checks and balances is about. But I'm just saying, like, I think that it has to equal out some kind of way. That money has to come from somewhere. We're not going to take a deficit in taxes.
And that's where the house is going to come in and going to have, that's what their profession is to find where is this money coming from, because we're not going to just give them money and not tax them for over 40 hours. People are going to start working 80 hours. You know what I'm saying? People going to start working 80 hours a week just to not get taxed for the other 40, and they're not going to have that. Of course, they'll have a stipulation to it, but I'm saying the house comes in and they start to say, okay, let me use my expertise and find out, where do you think this money's going to come from? Now, Trump is smart in that area. That is the one thing I give him, that Trump
foreign companies.
It's
gonna come from the foreign companies.
You think that's where it's gonna come from?
Let me tell you this.
Yeah, them foreign companies got mad money and tax.
Do you really think this shit that's happening on the dock is happening for just because?
No.
I don't know. No, I don't think it's just because.
The
You're right.
Teamsters declined to back Kamala. These people are doing what they're doing. Why? Because the point is, if we can get Donald Trump in, he gonna give us what we need to make this shit happen. He gonna bring down inflation.
Mm-hmm.
But the money gonna come from these foreign companies. But I mean, we might see something at the grocery store too, though. I mean, but his whole campaign model is to lower inflation. His whole campaign model is, like we said, no tax on tips. That's gonna be big for services.
Right.
Kamala tried to steal his idea, and she said no tax on tips after he said it. But that 40-hour thing, if I want to be a W-2 employee for the rest of my life, man, did you know that would be so great, at least for the next 4 years? I'm going to be in there 80 hours. I'm going to have two.
Exactly why there's going to be a stipulation. They're not going to allow us to do that. That is, we're going to be literally robbing the IRS of their money.
Good. We need
There's
to.
no way.
But imagine though we do that, right? And then we spending money though. We still paying sales tax on shit.
And we still pay for the schools and the property tax of our houses. Come on now.
Imagine when Chris
Gotta
Rock
come from somewhere.
when Dave Chappelle
We'll see.
did that skit when they gave us reparations, and we was balling, and the U.S. economy bounced all the way back once they get like that is some real shit.
And that's the
what
part they
Negroes
don't
gonna
want us to do, is to see us doing good. So we
Negroes
wouldn't be
is gonna
locked up.
spend that money.
Think about black people have their own businesses. Would we even go to work? Heck no. We wouldn't go work for them. We work for ourselves. Have our own stores, our own land, own everything.
Well, nah, some people still gonna go work because that's how they program.
Well, that's them, not me. Shit, man.
I asked somebody. I said the first time the lottery hit like close to $1 billion. I asked two particular black people. I said, "What would you do if you hit this lottery?" The motherfucker gonna say, "Well, I wouldn't quit my job. I would quit Amazon." So you trying to tell me, like, even if you had, I'm gonna go with a low number. If you hit the lottery for $18-20 million, you gonna stay working at Amazon?
Because they don't have the know-how. And the
motherfucker.
Hell no. Come on.
Brainwashed. You see what I'm saying?
So they hit 5 million. I ain't worth.
Ain't no way.
Let me hit 3. I'm out.
Let me hit 400,000. Now I can take home 400. I'm out. Bro,
you know, I will start my own privatized place. Give me a privatized prison.
You can buy 2-3 houses and replace that income.
As long as you invest that shit back into something. Just like Jerry said, you can buy 2-3 houses. That's investing.
I hit the lottery. I'm buying straight land.
Yeah,
exactly. It's investing.
And then I'll be able to get some of these foreigners in here that's coming over for Colombia. What do you call it? Bring them over. I need
them. Lady T, that's a good idea. Land, investing in land.
Man, I'm buying up the hood, buy black the block, and then
I'm gonna buy land. I'm gonna plot that shit out. I'm gonna get a developer to come in and purchase this land. They already got the plots set out, so they can create a development. You know, where you got to pay your HOA fees and all of that shit. Like they gonna do all that. I'm gonna buy the plot of land for maybe, let's say, $1 million, right? A couple acres. I break it up into plots, and then I get all the plans together. I get all the go downtown, and I get all the the shit's on the tip of my tongue. The permits, you get all the permits together, and then you sell all that shit to a developer for 2, 3, 4 times the price of what you did because you didn't put in the work. Like, come on, man. There's so much. I went to Mississippi, man. They had so much land down there for sale, boy. And I'm like, they was like acres and acres and acres.
Land of our ancestors.
And the people who gonna buy it up is the colleges. Or they putting up them the condos and things. Like you can't even ride around our cities and some of our hoods and not see new condos up. Like, damn, when they put this shit up.
It makes you mad, like, damn.
But somebody made some money on that, and they sold that idea. If they didn't sell the land and the plot and all of that, guess what they are selling? They are selling the condos.
And the hood's about to be gone, man. Seriously, whatever hood, man, it's gonna be history. Like I went off of East 38th Street. All of that area is nothing but foreigners and businesses. The hood is at its downfall. These people coming in and turning the hood into whatever they want it to be. It's gonna be
moving the hood out into Avon and shit like that.
Dang.
And the motherfuckers in Avon are moving back into the city. See what I'm saying? That's what's happening.
I don't think the hood is in Avon.
Bro, they are
locked the fuck up.
Pushing. Black people are moving out.
That's why they building the cheap houses and pricing them up higher than what they're
black people. That's what. And then like the hood where you used to wouldn't see nobody that wasn't black in there, they in there jogging like a motherfucker down the street, jogging and shit in the hood.
Look what they doing. Look what they doing in Harville.
Do you know where you at? You out here jogging and shit.
Look what they doing in Harville.
Harville ain't nothing now but Mexicans and
no, you
Salvadorian.
Man,
IU is buying up Harville.
Oh yeah, that's the game plan though, because they jumped the river. They jumped the river now.
One day when I was doing Uber, right, or Lyft, several years ago, they put these houses over there by what's the crazy
White River Driveway,
the crazy house.
Oh, you talking about Central State?
Central State. They put up some houses that look like they probably should be in Philadelphia.
Those are Section 8 houses, low income.
No.
You're talking about the staple. I used to do security over there.
No, I'm not talking about the apartments. I'm talking about these houses that they put up over there, and they were selling them for $350,000 a piece.
Oh, in the back part, in the back part of Central State.
I said, how can you put up these houses in this area for that much money? But the thought process is just like over there by the old Bush Stadium. They're tearing down the houses and then they're building up the houses and they're selling them for $200,000 and $300,000. So the idea is to push the property value up. If you push the property value up, then the rental price has to go up too. So what happens when the rental price goes up, even if it's a rinky-dink joint?
The poor people are pushed out.
That area out. People couldn't afford. Imagine people trying to afford $1,200 for rent 4 years ago.
They wouldn't bought. That's more for high-end people.
But now you can't get a place without paying $1,200 or something like it. I don't know nothing about it, but I'm just saying.
Right. I mean, you can. There are still places, but you gotta look hard online. I saw some under.
But you gotta be in the hood too.
Well, you gotta be in the hood till you could do better.
Yeah.
And find a way out. There's a way out, though. That thing about us, we never give up. We just adopt.
You lay down. Yeah, I am in a minute. Sorry,
you just learn to adopt to whatever it is that you're gonna do. You know, that's all it is.
It's a lot, but you're right.
Imagine us being here for even pre-Columbian times, right?
Mm-hmm.
People can come here and get food stamps in the $1,200, $2,500 margin, and get Section 8 housing and things like that And we've been here struggling like a mug, and they say pull yourself up by your bootstraps. But somebody else comes in here, even illegally, legally or illegally. How to do say illegally? But you know,
stolen land is
how
illegal.
does that make you feel? And then you still gotta fight for it. Like October 1st. Okay, get your EP electric. What is it? The what we just had came online this today. Energy assistance program. Let me go in here anyway and fill this motherfucker out.
Boy, ain't
But
that
now,
it? What you let me fill something out. What you talking about?
What is that? Put it out there for the people, Andre.
nah, it's only for Indiana though.
Oh, okay.
If you live in
Energy
the state of
assistance.
Indiana,
Energy assistance program. So if you need help with your gas bill and your light bill, you can fill out the application today, and I think they pay your bills up to like 6 months.
What?
okay.
So,
How do you feel? You just kind of like this. This is what I felt. And since we're talking about them people, it's some lazy motherfuckers from them countries who don't want to work that get this. So I would say eventually anybody lazy, they're gonna cut off eventually. And then
nah,
with them
it
doing
ain't got
crime,
nothing to do with lazy. I mean, this been going on for a very long time. I used to get it back in the day, back in the not copper tree days, but when I moved out of copper, I don't remember. I was on 38th Street somewhere, but somebody told me about it. I was like, well, let me go try to do it.
no, I'm talking about the free money that they get from the government. Their government said if you don't want to be working and you want to sit around and do nothing, if somebody take care of you, go to the United States. So all of them packed up and came to the United States. That's what Maduro told the people in Venezuela. So we're dealing with people who ain't about shit. Who at the
But
bottom of the bottom.
here's the thing, though. It's a lot of criminals that came in. It's a lot of violent people who came in.
That don't
I'm
want to
saying
do
it ain't
nothing.
I'm not worried about the lazy people. I'm worried about I got children, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm my own self too. These motherfuckers is over here doing things to people and still being able to walk around on the street.
Remember, remember this. Whatever they do, we could do to them. Remember that.
But we're not talking about that part. We're not even talking about that part. The issue is that it's unfair to the people, no matter what your race or color is. It's unfair to the people who have already been here this whole time, and you try to go down there and get some food stamps, and they tell you, "Well, shit, you make $2 over the limit," or you know what I mean? But you like, damn, but I gotta pay all this and I gotta pay all that, and I ain't even got enough money. I gotta decide. It's older people who gotta decide between medicine and food, or medicine and gas, medicine and whatever else it is at the end of the day. And then they telling other people, "Come on over here, we take care of you."
Well, hey, you got to pick the right people to represent you that's going to do right by you. Pray, right? You got to pick the right ones.
That's not how it works. That goes back to me telling you earlier, why don't you be the change that you want to see?
Because even if there's one good person, but the whole situation is bad. All of them in Washington are not good. A lot of them have their personal interests that we talked about. The lobbyists, the personal gain that they get from being and voting against it. Most of them are about trying to fill their pockets. Every government around the world, U.S. ain't that bad compared to everybody else because we're in the land of plenty, but it's still badness. So you can't really change something that's not meant to be changed. They're on the discourse, and it's not just a physical, it's on a spiritual level. So if you sit back and you look at it on a spiritual level that's controlling the physical, that's what's going on. That's what I mean. Even Trump said, let's clean out the swamp. And you saw what happened when he tried to clean out the swamps. He got all of these indictments and stuff. Come on now.
Imagine people thinking over time. Because like my vote don't matter, right? Remember you said that? Did you say that? Hello.
Yeah, I said voting
Okay.
because they already
So
defeated.
imagine there were people who were once slaves and they said it don't matter how many times we try to run away or how many times we do an uprising, we ain't gonna never be free. Would that be a true statement, or would that just be somebody based on their limited thinking?
Well, most uprising in the United States did not work.
Most of them didn't. Most of them didn't, but that's not what I asked you.
Most of them did, unless they had somewhere to go and support you for the long goal. Let's keep it real.
Most of them didn't, but that is not what I asked you, though.
Okay, now what happened? You know what helped was that Civil War. That Civil War cleared it out, to keep it real. If we're gonna go by history,
they did the Civil War because of the many uprisings anyway.
They did the Civil War about taxation. That's what it was.
Bro, there were so many uprisings that was going. There was already uprisings happening.
The main reason Lincoln decided to go to war was because the South did not pay for their taxation,
and they wanted them to contribute to the Union. I understand that, man.
He said, "If I want to
going back to what I originally said before we went off on the tangent, if people decided, well, we might as well not do nothing because it don't matter anyway.
But
where would that have got us today? I might as well not vote. My vote ain't gonna matter anyway. Where would we be at?
We're in the same spot we always been struggling.
No, we not. We chose to be where we at. We chose Cardi B. We chose.
I didn't choose Cardi B.
Yeah, you did.
Now how? I don't even listen to her music. So how did I choose?
You ain't
I don't
gotta listen to the music, but you choose.
I don't support it.
What kind of women do you date?
I don't date those types. What the hell?
Do you date Claire Huxtable types? Wife types?
What?
No.
Okay, then.
Claire Huxtable.
But do you date Claire Huxtable, since you want to put me on the spot? Do you?
No,
answer that question. No, let's not run away. I said no.
I'm not. I'm answering your question. Historically, no. Because I believe that most guys, you want somebody that's gonna bust it open and that's gonna know how to be a freak when it's time to be one.
All right,
but
I guess that's what
there are situations where people grow the fuck up from their programming, because that goes back to the programming. If you was programmed to like city girls, if you was programmed from my age, Adina Howard, freak in the morning, freak in the evening. But it wasn't even balanced in the city girls' favor back in those days. Because back in those days, real shit, you had Monica, just one of them days, and Brandy. You had all kind of women who were more on the positive side.
There's still women that's positive out there. We just don't know them.
But what I'm talking about, what is pushed and what is broadcast to the people.
Right, but the thing is, we got to find, if we really want positivity, we're going to have to look deeper than what's on the radio. Deeper.
I'm not talking about
broadcast negativity, though. Most female broadcast on TV is
goes beyond the radio. I'm saying what the majority of the people who you might be attracted to.
I'm not really attracted to because take off the makeup, take off the color. They look like average women.
But why don't you go after? But have you ever went after the positive type woman?
Of course I have. I've been in positive environments where I had access to them.
What happened?
It didn't work because they was on something else. They was looking for something else.
What was they looking for?
I don't know, because I never questioned them that long. The situation
they was looking for something that might be. They were looking for the thing that's unattainable for them.
Okay, well, that's it is what it is. But I have
The
positive
word is
black
called
women that were in positive
hypergamy.
directions. It's not just
Doug,
that other negativity.
Doug, look
Yeah.
up this word hypergamy. And if you spell it wrong, I'm pretty sure Google gonna fix it for you. I actually can do it myself,
But so what's the end game? My thing is always, what's the solution to everything that we talked about tonight then? So you feeling like voting is going to change America? It's going to change everything because it's the same old thing every 4 years. Everything's broken every 4 years. It is. There's never been progress. It's going to go backwards. It is going to get worse before it gets better. And
I
that's
might have
not
said it wrong. It said something about a guitar pedal.
look, it's HYPER. My bad. HYPERGAMY.
It said it's a social science term that refers to the practice of marrying or dating someone with a higher social status or sexual capital than oneself.
Okay. Than oneself.
I mean, yeah, than oneself.
So when you run into the one that might be a Claire Huxtable, she's not gonna want to deal with you if you running around acting like what's
Uncle
his name?
Ruckus.
Uncle Ruckus.
I don't act like Uncle Ruckus.
They don't. Motherfuckers is not looking for somebody who's not serious.
You know what? A lot of times Uncle Ruckus is just for entertainment, but outside
no,
of that,
I'm not talking about you per se. I'm just saying, like,
yeah,
they want somebody that's doing better than them. That old 50-50 shit, that should be out the window because that's not, they don't want that. Like, a lot of times they say they don't, if other women don't want you, they don't want you.
But the variation is that you should be focused on you in your life, and a woman should just come in and help you, add to you. You should already be on your own goals and what you got to do for yourself to make yourself better,
it don't matter
regardless of what the woman. That's a man should have a legacy that he's leaving or stepping into his legacy.
You gotta already be there. You gotta already
be there. I agree with you. You already got to be in there.
But
sometimes you're on your way to your legacy.
The caveat to that though is women have sex with who they want to have sex with.
But okay,
hold on, listen, hold on.
Okay,
men have sex with who they can, but men normally marry who they want to marry, and women marry who they can.
Okay.
Because men open the door for marriage, like
right.
And that's what's supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be. Men's supposed
but
to
nowadays the variation is that sometimes women do it. Now, is that acceptable that we talked about? No, but women do it and some men accept.
That's because they're not necessarily a man.
Or
and
also they see the benefit of her marriage.
No. They're not gonna be how long they gonna be together? She the one ruling the relationship.
As long as he wants to put up with it.
So that is
he ain't no man if he putting up with a woman.
Exactly. Like what? That sounds like a situationship. You only did because she got the crib.
Or think about the situation of our people.
If the dude got the crib, right? You the one with the crib. You the one with the car. You running shit. A motherfucking woman ain't gonna be able to drop down on her knee and propose to you, and you say yes. You know what? You know why you gonna say yeah if she do that? It's because you living with her. And if you don't say yeah, nigga, get your shit and get the fuck out.
Yeah, basically.
Damn.
That's how I feel about that shit.
Where's the love? Ain't no love
Ain't
in
no love. Ain't no
Ain't no
love.
love. No love at all on any type of level. Because women's supposed to be loving creatures, right?
Ain't no
Regardless, they're
love.
supposed to
Bro.
have some level of
Have you
love.
ever seen niggas fight, and then have you ever seen women fight? Who are
Yes,
the
I saw
most
niggas
vicious
fight every
ones?
day.
Who the
Huh?
most vicious ones doing fight?
They say women,
Okay, then they ain't know
They
you
but
say
saw
niggas
women
be
or
acting
you
is
like
have
it?
bitches
watched
though
the
nowadays.
videos, bro.
Niggas are
You don't
bitch made, so
they
I
didn't
don't know
say nothing.
anymore.
You watched the
Niggas are
video.
acting like females nowadays and having female tendencies, so I can't tell anymore. I really can't. It's becoming a
Bro, you
lot
seen
wrong.
the videos though.
No, there's a lot of bitch feminine acting niggas out there now, so I don't know.
Nah, man.
The world, there's
Ain't nobody
nowadays is
more
always
violent.
the exception to the rule.
But
There's always
they be
exception to the
pulling out
rule.
the braids, they be doing everything. I be like,
Man,
oh,
I saw a man braiding another man's hair. I'm like, whoa, like hold up, that's what I mean. So what you're talking about may
I mean,
work
but
in the
don't you go to a barber?
1980s and
Do you go to a
1990s.
barber? Who is your barber? If you go to a barber, is your barber a woman?
No, it's a man. But not to say
Okay.
women don't cut hair, because you could go to a female barber. I've seen that too. So what you're talking about is the
Okay, and
old
there are
school.
men that braid hair. If you was in prison and you
That's
pride yourself
exactly,
about
you
your
know
hair,
what
who
I
gonna
do.
braid your hair?
Shoot, it has to be a feminine man, low key. Has some low key type of tendencies. I don't care what you
It could
say,
be
because no straight
but
man's
it
gonna
could
be
be a
great.
man that
So
He's
got
you
gonna say
daughters,
saying
you
right?
so you saying that there's not so you saying a man that braids hair, he gotta be feminine?
yeah, that's feminine. I'm
Look,
sorry.
bro,
Just like certain things,
I'm
like
not
it's your
a good braider.
standards.
I'm not a
Yeah,
good
like
braider.
your
Listen,
standard.
hold
I
on,
mean,
hold on,
everybody has a different idea of what's
hold
a
on
man.
though.
To me,
I'm
I ain't
not
gonna be brave. I'm gonna cut my stuff if I
I'm
had to
not
do it.
I'm not a good braider though, right? But
If you got
my
daughters,
daughter, I've
you
braided
should,
her
you
hair.
should at
It
least
was
know how
Hey,
to
like,
Okay,
make a
well, we're
braid.
talking about
what
another
kind
grown
if you
man, strong man's hair. We're not
but
talking about your
but
daughter.
hey,
That's
but
exception
like
to
hold
the
no,
on,
rule.
but
never
I
said
didn't get
that
it.
just because a man know how to do hair, that's gay. Like no, I don't agree.
Yes, I
That's what you
agree.
said. That's what you
Hold
said,
on.
Yes,
though.
I do. I
That's
do
what
feel
you
like
said,
that's
All
not.
right,
Carlton.
It's
If a
feminine
man know how to
tendency.
braid hair, he gay. That's what you said.
but hold on,
It's feminine.
hold
I didn't
on.
say you was gay. I said
Well,
feminine.
you
Let's keep
said
it
feminine.
real.
Okay, you said feminine.
All right, so
But
me,
Yeah, it's
if
not
I braid my
masculine.
daughter
Men
hair, I'm
don't
feminine.
braid hair. That's not
if
within us.
I done painted my daughter's fingernails, does that make me feminine?
That's in between you and your daughter if you
No,
want to
I'm
have that type
asking
of
you.
relation.
You the
So
one
how
that
does
said
that make a
fingernails.
man feminine though if he doing that for his daughter?
If
Because,
I
like,
paint my
I'm
daughter's
saying the gender roles,
if
and
I
I guess
paint
every
my
parent's
daughter's
genders.
fingernails, I'm asking you because there was a question I really want to get into. I want to ask you this: if I
I
paint my
wouldn't do
daughter's
it because I feel like that's not setting the gender roles right. But I
okay,
would be like, okay, I wouldn't do that. Like, I'd be spending time with
that's
her,
fine.
talking to her, and I gotta set the gender roles for my family. That's what I'm
That's
saying.
fine.
What you said for you and your daughter, that's what you do. What I said for me and my daughter, that's what we do. But there is a crisis in the Black community of feminizing our men, and I got to be strongly protecting the gender roles of men.
Well, I'm gonna
To
say that
understand.
if I
If you want to know,
If
I'm
that's
everybody
not
what you
gonna
want to
I'm
do
not
with
gonna
your
dress
daughter,
up.
what do you
I'm
call
not
her?
gonna put on a dress, and we're not gonna have a tea party when I'm dressed
I
like a
see.
woman.
There's different
Okay,
standards
so
for different people,
that
but I'm not
would
doing
be
none of it.
Did you know that
feminine.
every person has a feminine and a masculine side? Did you know that? So you
That's some
already
new
have a
age
feminine
bullshit.
side.
I think
No,
Carter,
that
did
you're born male or
let me
female.
ask you
Matt,
this
what
though.
you call
you
it?
know you was a
Is
woman
there
first
anything
before
about
you
you that
turned into a
operates on the
man
feminine side?
in your mother's womb? Did you know that?
They say that you have, but I grew into a male. I didn't grow into a female.
I know, but
I
look,
grew
do
into
you
a male.
operate in any way right now as a feminine?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say that if there was a guy who has daughters and he learned how to braid hair because he got daughters and he got sent to prison. Now you know everything is about money or noodles and all that shit. And you have a service like you know how to braid hair and shit because you got daughters. That don't mean you getting hit, right? But you trade in your services to braid hair or twist some dreads or something in there, and so you got money and you got commissary because people owe you because you're able to do that. That makes you less of a man.
Yeah, like I know straight man is gonna be sitting up there doing
Bro,
it.
I
It's
ain't
all
gonna lie
about
to you,
power and
bro.
control. No, because at the
I'm gonna
same
sit.
time,
If
the
my daughter
straight
say,
man that's
"Daddy,"
not doing that is gonna
if my
look at you a
daughter
certain
say,
type
"Daddy,"
of
if
way
my
you go.
daughter, it was never
We're
even
talking
my
about in
daughter. If I
present
did,
setting. Let me
I
tell you
said
something.
I
In
went to the
present
store.
is all
I got
about
the
how tough
fingernail
you are,
polish.
how
I
tough how
polished.
everybody
I
looks at
polished
you.
my daughter's nails. I did the little braids because my cousin showed me how to do the single braids. You take the three and you twist them. You do the over or the under. You know what I'm saying? They taught me how to do that shit when I was a little kid. And when I became a grown man, I did my. It was fucked up, but it was times where I felt like, yo, my daughter's mom didn't do her hair, so I had to. It was fucked up.
But see, I
But
have sisters. Like if I
it was
really needed
better than
to,
what
I
the
could
fuck
go
I
take my.
thought it was beforehand, and I don't feel like it made me any less of a man. And guess what? I would do it again.
But the difference is that, man, I could take it over my sister's house if I needed. Hey, boom, here's 20. Here's something. Hey, look out. Hey, do this. That's what family's good for, is
So
to be
that's
able
you
to
wouldn't
work
get
out
your
that
feet done
situation.
either, Carlton.
I
You
sure
so
wish we
that's
could go back and talk
you
about
think
other
that's feminine?
Yeah, to me,
My
episodes.
dad
no,
goes
I
and
think,
get his
low. Listen,
my
Other episodes, you said you can't count on them for nothing.
but if I really need something,
Nah, bro, we
they
ain't. You
would
said.
do that.
I'm
If
only
I
saying it
really
because you
need
said it
something,
in
they
the
would do
previous
that.
episode.
No. My sisters, I know I could count on. If my daughters need their hair done, my sisters would do it for me.
In the
All
previous
hands down.
episode, bro.
No, we're not talking. I'm talking about right now, currently, right now. What I'm trying to say is, if I really needed something, they would look out like that. So, heck with that. I don't have to worry about things like that
End of the day,
right now.
even if you couldn't, what if you couldn't?
But see, we're not
Have you
talking
ever
about me.
have you
We're
ever
talking
watched
about, let's talking into
have you
retro
ever watched
perspective
have you ever
of
watched this movie
another
called
man braiding another man's hair.
Have
I
you
think
ever
that's so
No,
feminine
I
in
ain't talking
prison.
about the braid in another man's hair, but like have you ever watched the movie called Daddy's Girls?
Yeah. In those situations, if you don't
That's
have a
one of
woman,
the
that's
best
why it's
movies
good
ever.
to maintain some type of feminine relationship so you don't have to be
It
thrown
doesn't make
into
you
know that.
it doesn't make you feminine though.
I'm
Just
talking
because you
about my daughter is
just because
different.
you
I'm
do
going to
stuff
have
with
to
your
care
daughters like
for
that,
my
it doesn't make
daughter
you
because that's my daughter. I would have to care for my daughter. So I would have to step up and know how to do something in that situation. But when we're talking about another grown man with another grown man, hell no. There's other jobs in prison outside of braiding fucking hair. Man, why don't you work in to get your ass up and go to the fucking kitchen? A, because it pays you. B, there's food resources there and you could trade it out of those
how much do it
resources
pay
too.
you? How many cents do it pay you a day?
How much
Gotta
what
say
pays you a
dollars.
day?
How many cents do it pay you a day?
They probably make what, 2 cents a
What?
day? No,
Okay.
it's $1 a
So,
day. I think they
no, it's
pushed it
not.
to a
No, it's not.
dollar.
It ain't a
No,
dollar.
they pushed it to a dollar because
It's not
yes,
a
they pushed it
dollar.
for $1.
It's
No,
not a dollar.
it is $1 a day.
It's
They
not a dollar.
moved it. Whatever you found out isn't what it is now.
Bro, it's
They
not
make
a
a little
dollar.
bit
You
more.
just said it
I
was
know
2 cents.
it used to be back in the 80s and 90s, but things have
And then
changed.
what
They
you
got to
gonna be
pay up
able
more.
to buy for $1? Even if it was
Man, most of
$1
them
out.
make about $100 a month at
You
the
can make
best
a
jobs.
motherfucker pay you. I know motherfuckers who went there.
And you
And
went there, those are
this is
old. But I'm
I'm
trying
gonna
to
tell
tell you,
you
some make like
this is why I'm saying
$55.
it. This is why I'm saying it because I know somebody who went to prison, right?
You went, but I'm trying to tell you current prices today.
What did you say?
Some of them make $100 a month,
Hold
right?
on,
All hands down. I'm talking about
hold
today.
on. What did you say?
I said I'm telling you current
No, what did
prices
you
and
say?
what they make
No,
today.
no, no, no,
Currently,
no,
what
no.
it
You
was a
said
long time ago.
we're not
Currently,
talking about that.
we're talking about right now. I'm talking about right now.
No. You said I went.
Yeah, I worked there. That's what I
No,
mean.
you
I worked
said I
there.
thought you said you went.
No, I said I know the current prices. I didn't say
No,
you
I
win.
thought you said you went, but the times is different.
What I'm saying is they make more. They made it better for them to have more
So what
stuff
I
now.
was saying was, I know somebody who has daughters, and although as a young Hallville nigga, I thought the shit sounded weird myself. That he was braiding motherfuckers' hair in there, but he was getting paid for hooking them up. Not on no You know what I'm saying? Not on no rainbow stuff.
You don't know what happens in
But
there. They're not going to tell
I'm
you
just
the full
telling you
story.
from what I'm saying.
I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro, and you
But
might
you can't keep it
me.
real with me
Most
on
of
my
those,
own. I'm telling you though,
most of those
that
people are bi.
it's a service. So
All
just
hands
like
down, they're all bi. They gotta be to survive in there. And if they lock down 10 years or more, they bi. They did something.
so what does it mean if you want to be a CO and you in there with niggas all day? Are you bi?
I'm telling them niggas, you try some shit, you're gonna hit the ground.
No, but why
That's
would
what
you
it
want to
turns
be
into.
there with them all day?
Because I'm not in there like that. A lot of times
But
I'm
you
walking
are
around
though.
on the outside.
What would be your purpose
Most of
of
them,
wanting?
most
Hold
niggas in
on.
prison are the
But
same as on the
what
outside.
would be your purpose of wanting to exert some type of authority over guys who
Man, I'm doing the job. Listen, my whole thing when I go in there is to, hey, bro, what you gonna do when you get out?
Sound
Okay,
like
you got this
rainbow
and
shit
this.
to me.
No. I'm trying to tell you what I do there. It's not always a exhort authority unless they push me to do that. I'm the coolest one as long as you don't fuck with me. You fuck with me, then I'm gonna fuck
But
with
bro,
you back.
you are the smallest one in there. So these niggas
And
who are,
but you could take their shit away.
these
You
are
could
big
write them
niggas.
up.
I
They
know,
don't,
and that's
listen.
and that's the
They're
point
gonna
that I
hold you
want. That's the
anyway.
point
If
that
you
I
go
was
in there,
making. Like,
listen. It's
why would
not
you
about
want to
your
go and
size.
try to exert
Listen.
authority
It's
over
not.
another man based
Man, what I'm
on
trying to tell
him
you
being
is this,
locked
because
up?
they have no order.
Because
Listen,
if he was
listen.
outside on the
Unless they
street, you
push
wouldn't
me,
try to do that shit.
no. Unless they push me to that, I go in there. I walk around, see if some shit happens. No shit happen. I'm out. I keep it pushing. It's a
But
job.
why would you feel
But
like?
I don't go in there all the time. Sometimes I
But
go in there
why?
like, hey, what's up?
But why would you feel like I need to exert? Okay, we going on slavery now. Let's go on
Okay,
slavery.
let's go on slavery.
Hold on, can we go in there? You gonna let me talk?
Okay.
What does the 13th Amendment say?
That slavery's over unless you commit a crime.
Okay, and then if you commit a crime, what?
It's punishable by imprisonment.
No, you are a slave again.
Property of the state, basically.
You are a slave again.
Okay.
They
chose that right.
Hold on. I asked you a question. I just want to deep dive it. Do you know what a overseer was? Or
yeah, I know what overseer is.
Did you ever watch the movie Life?
Yeah. Okay,
and the dude was like,
what's that mean?
Now walk over that line, boss.
Life.
At what point
but the thing is, though, it's by their choice
Hold on. At what point in time don't you feel like you are a slaver or a part of that situation?
Nope. You know why? Because I'm
based on what we just said.
Nope. You know why I don't feel like a slaver? Because I'm always telling them, stay the fuck out of prison. Don't come here.
Somebody, Roger the Rabbit
like
said,
that. And I'm positive instead
Roger
of negative.
the Rabbit said that is not at all.
You know what? We're not talking about that. You asked me what I do, and I told you what I do. No. Don't try to change this on me. Because the mindset is this.
We got a comment in the chat.
Okay.
That says that the 13th Amendment does not say that slavery, you're free from slavery unless you commit a crime, in which case then you can be placed back into slavery again. That is what Roger Rabbit
the 13th Amendment. Since we got a what you call it, a professional, let's stick with it.
He said Andre is making stuff up.
But that's exactly what they want. That's exactly what they want to do. They want to put us back in the slavery, but they can't do it. They want to put us back in the slavery, but they can't do it.
Hold on. You said I'm making it up. So are you gonna stay around so I can prove it to you, Roger Rabbit? He said I just Googled
it. Indentured servant to accept as punishment for the crime whereof the party shall been duly convicted shall exist within the United States or any place to their jurisdiction. Hello? Did y'all hear that?
I heard what you said. I'm trying to read what Roger Rabbit said.
Hold on, I'm about to post it in the chat real quick since he thinks that slavery is.
He said, "Can I get a shout out?"
No, not for stupidity. I already posted in there. I'm gonna post it.
Basically, Roger Rabbit, your ancestors are trying to put us back into slavery anyway.
Hold on, because I wanted to prove. I just wanted to go. He said he Googled it. I want to pull him up on the channel too if he want to come up here.
Yeah, cause he put a whole bunch of stuff on there.
He put the same thing I did that I just Googled. That's all. He just listened. People are going to be on here just to.
He put it on there first, though.
Okay, he Googled it. He's Google first to Google. We all Google shit. But we could go into depth. We could go into depth more. You know, I'm in depth. Forget all that. We could go into depth. He just put away first time. Let's put the whole thing on there. Let's go to National Archives, the United States Constitution.
Please be accurate in the future.
Hold on.
Okay, let's read the whole thing.
Whole time is he don't. Shit.
I think
the 13th Amendment was passed at the end of the Civil War before the Southern states had restored to the Union.
He said you made up your version.
The 13th Amendment.
Y'all see what I put up right here? The 13th Amendment states that slavery and involuntary servitude are abolished in the United States except as a punishment for crime whereof the party shall have been duly convicted. Now get the fuck up off of here, bitch ass niggas. And I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
did you read it or not? Did you read it?
Right.
Okay. Don't get blocked in the chat.
I've read it.
I ain't talking about you. Did you
read
it?
Ready. He just wants to be a troll. Roger Rabbit is a troll.
He is a troll. I don't know why he got a monkey wrench on his shit anyway.
Hey, we probably sticking in that because y'all making us some news. Good news, bad news. At least somebody recognizes us. Thank you for your time. Now get him up out.
He's out of here, bro. I ain't
you did tell me respect.
So
you nuts.
Right, that's crazy.
You said neither slavery or involuntary servitude except for a punishment or crime. Yeah, that dude, he up out of here, man. I'm not playing with him. I hope I didn't block you. Oh, let's say I banned the right person. Okay. Because at the end of the day, people don't know what it say. That goes back to the election, though. You need to understand what the policies are. Right. See what I'm saying? Like, if you don't know what the policies are, we don't even know what the Constitution says. We don't know our right to bear arms. Like, we don't know
That's the Second Amendment, the First Amendment. You know what I'm saying? I studied these.
The First Amendment is freedom of speech.
Right.
The Fifth Amendment is
the right to seizure.
Testify against yourself. I believe the Second Amendment because I don't know them myself, and this is where I'm saying, like, for me, I want to learn it myself. I don't know all the constitutions, just all the amendments, but I do know that the 13th. Man, that nigga didn't call me out. I just pulled up. I just showed what the truth was.
He's tripping.
If you are convicted of a crime, then you can be put back in slavery. What happens is these two people are the same people. You understand what I'm saying? Like Gray Wrench, Jonathan, or anybody else. They are the same person.
Freedom of religion, freedom of press, freedom of speech, press, and assembly. The second one is right to bear arms. The third is quarter of soldiers. The fourth is
They just
Search and
don't
see.
want to. They don't want to accept the fact that they don't read the 13th Amendment. They don't understand what it says.
Exactly.
And
Roger
that's
is an
okay
OG.
because the thought process is slavery was abolished.
It's
But
not.
the 13th Amendment
That
had nothing to do with what
But you know,
everybody is
that's
saying.
just slave descendants trying to be like, we trying to get slavery back. And that's what they've been trying to push for 100 years.
But you know, some black folks would be on the same page with them. Like seriously, like all jokes aside, if they did it a long time ago, they'll be on the same page today with it.
Well, you know, blacks had slaves too, so
Right. Like Uncle Anthony Thomas. Or Aunt Johnson, I mean. He was the biggest one. And he actually was the one who started institution of slavery for life, indentured servitude for life. Before him, it was only a certain amount of time, then you got free. You could work your way out of it. After that, what he started in Virginia was a whole new institute. So a black man started life.
I'm gonna drop this in the chat just because people talking crazy. They want to watch a documentary about what the 13th Amendment was about and how we have privatized prisons right now. You got privatized prisons right now where the majority of the people that are in prison right now are my people, melanated people. Why?
Brown and black and all of the men of color are locked the fuck up on purpose to destabilize the homes.
Ain't nobody. I dare somebody to watch the movie the documentary that I just dropped in the chat.
Yeah, it's called 13th on Netflix. You can find this on Netflix, y'all. The 13th is a good documentary that shows about the institution of slavery.
I'm up here wondering how the fuck this nigga is a moderator anyway.
Moderator? On our page?
This nigga got a wrench.
Man, get him up out of here. Doug, can you do something?
I can't do this.
That's fine.
Why you disrespecting Roger? He didn't call him out, Cap. Who's after them? Who's these bozos?
He said, Roger, are you a gay ranch mod?
Oh, we got some bozos in here tonight. Man, we gotta watch who we let out into the show. I swear we got to.
First he said he respect Roger. Now he asking, is he a gay ranch mod?
Man, we got some clowns in here. That's weird. But welcome anyway, clowns.
Pig.
So we can't get him out, is basically. Is he blocked?
Anyway, go ahead. What's next on the agenda, y'all? Keep on talking.
Hey, y'all, I'm gonna have to say good night, man.
I need y'all to keep on talking, though, man.
What? What topic
girls don't go sleep.
They are asleep.
I told you at 11 I'm out because I got to get up at 4. I got to be there at 4 and be there by 5:45.
Not paying attention to me.
You hear me? Hello?
I need y'all to keep on talking.
Yeah, my phone's dying. It's only on 2% now. 3. Yeah. I'll ride out till it drops out. Hey, where's the ladies?
I'm here.
They sleep.
I'm asking y'all to keep on talking for a reason.
Yeah, I figured that.
Both of us keep on trying to. You're not paying attention to what I'm saying.
So the truth be told is,
it's not. Keep on talking.
Yeah, I know. Truth be told is the show. That's what I'm saying. So we gotta keep talking. The show.
Yo, they're talking about that I'm a mod too. Respect Roger Rabbit. Who are these mods coming in then? You see that, y'all?
Man, y'all some damn buttheads. That's what y'all is.
Okay.
Motherfucker is not listening to me. Change the topic. What are we talking about?
Okay. I can't even do it for the.
Oh.
Let's go back into the to balloon pop challenge. So we're gonna try to do that tonight.
I
The
guess.
balloon pop.
How
I
do the
know.
balloon pop?
I know, Carlton. You said you wanted to be in it, but we got to have somebody outside of the show.
Open it up to the ladies then to do the boom. Tell me the location and time and date so I could be there. I'm rolling on wheels, so I'm good.
I said we gotta get
Give me 2 weeks.
We gotta get. Should we start with a guy? Or should we start with a girl?
Start with guys, of course, and then go to girls. I don't know, whatever one, because we don't know if the ladies want to do it. And I ain't gonna put them out there on Front Street like that, because you got to be pretty brave to go through something like that.
So I'm saying, do you know a guy that'd be willing to do it? And then we got to go find girls that be willing to be on the lineup.
I told you I'll sacrifice myself just for one time.
We're not in the show. Just like Andre said on the last show.
Yeah, I would have to go around.
Hold on, partner. If we do the balloon pop thing or whatever, ain't none of us going to be in it. We're going to get random people to be in it. That's what we're saying.
We're going to have to open it up to Indianapolis only because we ain't trying to fly nobody out.
Yeah, it'd be Indianapolis only. But the thing about that is most of the people we get, they probably end up knowing each other anyway. But at the same time, we'd be doing our own thing.
Like, how can we make it better than everybody else's, and how can we put our own twist? That's the questions where we do need to come together and meet, like at a location. I don't
know. Maybe we have to rent something out or something. I don't know.
I know I should just ignore what's in the chat. Let me ignore it. Let me not pay attention to it.
I ain't paying attention to that bullshit. Cause ain't nothing but bulb. That bulb.
Don't care about that stuff. I mean,
well, beyond the balloon pop thing, what's going on with the the ladies brought up before? What was it? The challenge, the weight loss challenge. Lady T.
That was another. Well, I was just really waiting on somebody to, speak up on that because we had decided about it, but we didn't never put like a date or nothing on, when it was
putting it forward. Yeah.
So
it's starting to get cool outside now. So
waiting on some type of, but
do you think that would work better if we all met up at like the YMCA on the West Side and did our first podcast like in person on the YMCA on the West Side versus?
But we would have to people though, because it ain't us doing it. It's other people. It's like a challenge.
Oh, but we couldn't do it just to promote it, just to start it off and then push it to everybody else, just to be in there.
Probably
we could just because we got to get in the gym and show people like actually working out, promoting it to get people interested.
I don't know, maybe
we could, like, seriously, self-promotion is the best promotion because nobody promoted but us. Just like when I did that birthday party, that's how I got. When I promoted my birthday party, that's how I got a lot of people to come to my birthday party and promoted it. And word of mouth too. So same way, anything that you want online to actually come out on in person, you got to promote it. Promotion is everything. I mean, just saying. I don't know. What y'all think?
Well, you got to promote though.
Right, like, and what I feel like these infomercials, you see, they come on 5-6 times a day. So we're gonna have to put up our YouTube 5-6 times a day to get people, and then put them in the Indianapolis chats and try to link up with the moderator there to see if they could get people on and stuff. We got to start getting into these local Indianapolis groups if we want to grow for the balloon toss. Like, I feel like the balloon pop is perfect, but we got to grow with certain people to get certain type of people, and like what kind of women we want to bring on her, what kind of men we want to bring on her. We want to be all thug niggas, or do we want to bring more like higher echelon type of man, or do we want a variety of in between hood and echelon type? You know what I'm saying? Professional type. Doctors, lawyers. So we never know. Who do we want to bring on there? You know,
I think it might be better to bring more professionals because people are really
right?
getting
Like
tired
that's how
of
we could do it. We
good.
could show professional men, but are they gonna? The thing is, with professionals, their time. Professional men value their time over money because they can make their money back, but they can't get their time back. And that's what I've learned from Andre's real estate and taking his courses. One thing I learned is time is money and money is time. You can't get your time back. You get your money back, but you can't get your time back. So with that, we would have to be respectful, go on the time. If we're going to start at like 6 and be done by 8, we're going to have to be there at 5 o'clock. You feel me? And make sure that we can commit to that. It's something big that we got to think about if we do something like that. Not like 5. And I got to hold myself to that standard too. I'm going to work on that. You guys got to hold me to that too.
Transgender people are just strange.
Don't look at that. Hey, we doing things here. Don't pay attention to that garbage. We're gonna figure out how to keep them trolls out though. I know that much. Did anybody put this in the chat?
What about the workout thing?
No, not yeah. We could put this in the chat. Will you allow trans? I'm reading this too. We got some trolls tonight.
Wow.
Wow, this is crazy. Like, we need to learn how to control our zone though.
Yeah. Then again, it was something else we spoke on, but we never really brought it back. I think it was like a picnic type get together type thing or whatever.
Oh, I love those. We should have that. And even if it's just our members, just me, you, Lady T, and what's her name? Y'all help me out. She gonna be.
You don't know her name?
Man, I told you I have memory loss, short-term memory loss. Tiana. I got it. I said the last one, Tiana. Yeah. With me, you, Tiana, Andre.
Here's the thing going forward, though. I don't know how the fuck they did what they did, but I will not be having the AdSense account linked with this YouTube. So that's how I was learning how they hack people's YouTube, right? And then let me see, 1127. So
still typing.
It's still typing. Still on there.
Yeah, because this is crazy because this is not what we need. They trying to get us from being demonetized. We don't need none of that silly crap in there.
But when I looked at it, somehow motherfuckers was hidden users, and I don't know how the fuck they became that. Mm-hmm. But shit, even if we gotta restart, truth be told, all over again, we know what to do.
Right. So we gotta go from scratch, day one.
I'm not saying that's what we gotta do. I'm saying if we got to.
Gotcha.
Because I just looked at it, and somehow or another, the motherfuckers was hidden users, and I don't know what the fuck this shit means.
Yeah. Well, yeah, hey, I enjoyed tonight. You guys got me thinking, had me researching.
He's still typing.
Researching.
Yeah.
Like this was real, y'all. Like for real. So what? Hey, what homework assignment I got to be ready for? What we gonna hit up next?
I don't know. It'd be in the chat though. We'll figure something out.
Yeah.
Okay, so they blocked anyway. That's why it's not popped up. They blocked.
He's still typing. He said, "I'm a mod transgenders."
He said what?
He a mod.
He ain't one of our mods. We ain't got no mods.
No, he's a Mod like a hacker.
No, I'm saying he's not a moderator for our show.
Yeah, but
So
I think him saying he's a mod, like he's a hacker.
nah, he could be. He could have all those people commenting, saying shit on our channel to try to get us demonetized
He's
or
still typing.
what's the name. But it ain't popping up. We see it. It's not on our live channel though.
Oh, okay.
That's why I keep on saying it's hitting. But the dude, he cold, whoever he is. But I don't know why he chose us to target. That's why you see Kyle Rittenhouse is a hero. You know what I'm saying? That's somebody just trying to, and that's fine. Do your thing, man. Do your thing.
So I guess we should just go ahead and end at 3 hours.
No, I'm trying to figure this shit out real quick.
Oh.
We don't have moderators yet because y'all don't want to give me y'all email address, and I done asked for them. So y'all can be the moderators and kick these motherfuckers out of the chat.